There we go. All right. Here we are streaming live on TikTok and live on YouTube. So I have a list already of those of you guys that have purchased tickets for Mediumship Reads. Plus, I have a few of you guys from a couple, 3-4 weeks ago when my son was really sick and I had to cancel a couple. So just so you guys know, I do have a few people on my list before I get to the paid readings, but they are going to be on YouTube. And I'm going to do this a little differently this time, and see how it works. Normally, I would be on here and I would wait for you guys to answer and respond and so on. But here's the problem with that. A lot of times the comments get going so fast that I can't see your response, or TikTok sometimes drowns it out. So if you guys have a mediumship ticket, if you want to watch me on YouTube, I can actually see your comments a little better. They won't get drowned out. But I'm going to go through and I'm just going to read and tell you what I see, etc. So if you guys miss it, if you have to do something, your phone turns off, you fall asleep, whatever, it's going to be on YouTube, and I will just pass along the information I'm getting. Okay. So we're going to try it that way, because also the last time I was on here, I was on here for 5.5 hours because I was waiting for comments, and I love y'all, but I was exhausted. So tonight, I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So if you guys would like me to be able to see your comments, I would love for you to jump on my YouTube because there's less comments on there. However, you're welcome to stay here. So for those of you guys that are just joining, hi, I'm the Blue Bodhi. Tonight, we're going to be doing mediumship reads. If you would like a ticket, then you need to go to the link on my link tree, which is on my YouTube as well. You need to go to the link on my link tree. There's only a few left. You guys have kind of overwhelmed that list because I forgot to put only the first 5. So just saying what I'm saying. But from my list, my previous list, I have Melissa Bogard, Tiffany Speed, Karen Wood, Dahlia, and Chelsea Smart. And so if any of you guys are here, let me know, and I will get you guys done really quickly. So Miss Tiffany, I know you're here, so I'm going to go ahead and do yours really quickly. I have other ones on my list, but you guys are already on my list. Does that make sense? Like I have a little list and I have a list. I don't know if that made sense. Oh, well, made sense. So made sense in my brain, I think. So thank you guys. I'm pulling back the old school 50s glam here. I went to a charity event last night, which was fantastic. And I figured I'd just, do the hair like this again today. So if you guys have never watched me read, as far as mediumship goes, I do use my cards. Cards are my connection. Cards are my talent. So these help me to focus on the information the person is sending. Ooh, okay, Tiffany. So I'm just going to let you know right off the bat. This is kind of a little bit of a more personal message, I guess I should say. And it's someone that's really. So here's the thing. So she knows you already know this, but it's almost like you don't want to acknowledge it. Okay. So we're going to start with the message first, and then I'm going to go backwards from there. So, because this is super important. And as soon as I got to the end of flipping these over, I recognize the importance of what she's trying to say. So the important thing is that something has you distracted from your path right now. And like she's actively worried about it. So when I'm looking at and feeling this distraction card right here, I feel it like in my gut. So I don't know what this is that's got you distracted, but it's something little that has turned into something bigger. But the thing is, you can't control the whole situation. And so like I literally feel it in my stomach. Like it makes me nauseated. The issue here is not that you can't control the situation. because you already know that you can't control the situation. The issue here is the forgiveness. You just need to forgive this person and not hold it here anymore and let it go, because they're not going to change, and it's pulling you from something that you're supposed to be doing. And what's funny is the pathwise that you're supposed to be doing, it has to do with your hands. It has to do with creativity. It has to do with, I keep seeing this. I don't know what this is. Like I'm like pulling something. I don't know what that means. So I hope you do. But this lady here that is coming through, let's talk about her now, because like she made me talk about that first. She's a little controlling. I'm not going to lie. It's not, controlling is not the right word. She's just kind of a little pushy. She's very, very strong minded. She's also very tough on herself and very tough on everybody around her. So I don't know. She's super tough on herself. Super, super tough on herself. She has a problem taking advice from other people. She also has a problem, and she's telling me these things. She knows. She has a problem. Like, she could take other people's advice, but for some reason her brain would not let her implement it unless she told herself that, I guess, if that makes sense. I'm trying to poke at her a little bit to see what it is that she looks like, so I can give you a little more information. I keep seeing a bright red ball. But it's not like it's just here. It's just a bright red ball in the middle of my vision. But it's like super fire engine red. And what's funny is she showed it to me as a ball, but then she showed me it's a color that's super important to her and to you. I assume this is her favorite color. So she's taller than me. She's kind of funny. Once you get past this, like, she's kind of funny. Well, she is funny. Excuse me. So I'm only 5'4". So I'm going to say that she's probably, I would say probably 5'7", 5'8". She has a very huge presence. And I mean that emotionally. I mean that like mentally. You know how some people just have a presence? Like, she has a presence that's just like it's almost overwhelming. So a lot of the reason that she is the way she is because she had a childhood that was not, she in no way had control of anything in her childhood. And so she got to the point where she grew up with a mother who was like this. And so she's like this. But she doesn't do it out of maliciousness. She does it because A, it's the way she grew up, but B, she cares about you guys. But I love that she's making me like super overheated. She has a lot of energy. And she wants to show me dark hair, but she shows it to me in a weird way. It like radiates out. It's so funny. So I don't know if that means her hair is curly or she always thought it was frizzy, or because she literally showed it to me like sticking out every which way. It's really funny. Like, she's pretty comical. She's pretty comical. Like, she has that really good self-depreciating humor. It's really funny. It's really funny. So Tiffany, I don't know if you were saying anything, but like I wasn't seeing them. She also has the hummingbird upside down, which it tells me that she got so focused on other things that she forgot about herself a lot. She keeps making me do this, like pull my hands apart. Like, she was really, really She was almost two people. She was almost two people. So when she keeps showing me this silver, I'm assuming it's a ring because it keeps looping around like this. So I don't understand. So I'm just going to tell you what I'm seeing. She showed me something and it's a ring. Okay. It's circular. It's silver. And but it goes like this back in on itself. I don't understand that because at first I thought it was actually a ring, but I don't think it is because the way it loops around on itself. So I don't know if this is wire. I don't know if this is cord. I don't know if this is just, it has stones with it. Are you working with silver wire and stones right now? And these stones are either like moonstone or pearl or opal or something. They're white. They're white, or whitish. Okay. I don't know. That's what she just keeps showing it to me. So I don't know. Because when I see the stones, they're out here to the side. They're not on the silver. They're not on the silver. She's getting frustrated with me because I'm not understanding. Like she showed it to me again and like pushed it at me. And so, okay. Do you have a bracelet that's got multi coils in it? I guess. Does that make sense? It's something that has multiple things on it. It's just, she keeps showing it to me round and round and round. I'm going to say these are like moonstone or opals because they're like that pearly white color, but they have a different sheen to them when you turn them. So, oh, you asked if it was grandma opal. I see other people. Thank you guys. I appreciate you guys helping me out. I don't know. Like the stone she keeps showing me, to me, I mean, I have some moonstones over there, but I also have opals that, I mean, it's almost the same. So yeah. She also wants me to let you know that she's a little bit bigger up top. I'm trying to figure out the right way to say that. It's really funny. She's really kind of funny. She's really kind of funny. But she's seriously worried about this distraction, whatever is going on. It is something that okay, so when I said she's worried about distraction, I heard you could see this from a mile away. Like you saw this coming. You saw whatever, and I have a feeling it has to do with two other people because she's making me feel like it's two other people. You are over here and the two other people are over here. And so it's like you're trying, I don't know if you're trying to help or if you're worried or whatever it is, but the whole emotional situation with it is distracting you from something you need to be doing. And she's kind of worried about it. So she says, just let it, like, forgive them, let them do their thing, let them be who they are, and then you worry about Tiffany, because whatever it is you're supposed to be doing that's your path wise is super important, and that is not something you can control. So she's trying to make sure that you kind of like, gotcha, okay, yeah, she's really worried about you and your path, because something you're doing right now is super important going forward with you. So let them be them, she says, and you need to focus on this. So I hope that helps. I hope that helps. Like she's kind of funny. Like she gives information and then she pulls it right back. It's really funny. It's like she wants to be like blah 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 blah, but not. Was she that way? Was she that way like when she was here? Because it's really comical. So did I see that Melissa was here? Okay, that's funny. Okay, good. I'm glad that you figured out who it was, because she was not very forthcoming with what she looked like. Like I kind of get the feeling that maybe she didn't care for how she looked. Thank you, Miss Ray. I get the feeling that maybe she didn't care for how she looked, or she felt less than or something like that, because she didn't want to show me exactly how she looked. She just wanted to show me the dark hair. Then she wanted to show me, you know, like, I'm a little bit bigger, Tristan. But then she would immediately be like, but this is about Tiffany. Does that make sense? So yeah. My list may be closed for the evening, guys. Let me look. I'll refresh here because I had a few that I had to catch up on from last time. So, all right. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. So I think I saw Miss Melissa here. Are you here, Miss Melissa? So I have Melissa, Karen Wood, Catherine's on my list, and Chelsea Smart and Dahlia. So if any of you guys are here, you're welcome, Miss Tiffany. I love you to pieces. I love you to pieces. So I'm going to start down my other list. And if I see that you guys are here, any of you guys on my list from before, then I will absolutely put you in. Okay. So if you guys are trying to get a ticket and it is closed, I'm so sorry. These fill up like that. And it's kind of my fault because I left the registration up. I will do more of these throughout the week. There's Miss Kathy. I have you on my list, Kathy. I love you too, Tiffany, honey. I do mediumship reads all the time. I try to do them weekly, but they do really, really wear me out. So I have to be careful. I have to be careful. So let me start going down my list here. Let me get Miss Catherine Mazel, because I see you there, love. All right, Miss Kathy, you ready? And for those of you guys that are just joining me or just watching, I have a very interesting week and weekends coming up. So I will be doing a lot of impromptu lives. I don't know why I chose these first. She doesn't want me to focus on her. So Kathy, I'm reading for you, love. But I do lives every Tuesday. I will, I'll get the other part. There we go. Make sure you guys register for the live so you get reminders. Hopefully they'll give me the thing here pretty soon where I can do subscriptions, so that way you guys always know when I'm going live. I don't understand why they so top gifter gets to sit. I'm only going to do my top gifter because I found that some of you guys have long names and I can't fit 2 or 3 of you on there. So my top gifter gets to sit on my profile until, let's say until Tuesday. I do have a live tomorrow night. Oh, Karina, that's so cute. I do have a live tomorrow night, but yeah, let's just do till Tuesday. How about that? All right, Kathy. Ooh, okay. Okay, so when I read, and I know you guys just saw me pull, and maybe you didn't on YouTube, but I know you guys on TikTok saw. So when I read, I don't read with just one deck. I have 5 in front of me right now. Okay, I always read with more than 3 decks. So out of 5 cards, Kathy, 3 of them have the number 32 on them. Like, I noticed it right off the bat, and these 2 cards were on top of each other. And when I pulled them apart, one has a 32. I'm not a numerologist, so I highly recommend for you to look up what the number 32 means, because that's insane. There's like this one card here in the middle, like that deck doesn't have a number on it, but literally every other deck pulled the number 32. So that's obviously super important. And what's even more interesting is that when she came through, you already know who this is. This is the Mother of Creation card. You already know who this is. There's the house. I love that when some of you guys, when I read for you, and I've read mediumship before, like certain people they show me something specific and I know it's them. So like what she showed me, thank you, Miss Ray. Here's what she shows me every time I see her, Kathy, because there's sometimes I do other card reads for you and she pops up, and the way she lets me know it's her is that I see her open that front door, like we talked about with that one mediumship read the first time she came through. I see her open the front door, And then it's almost like she welcomes me inside and then she goes over to the left. I just follow her to the left. It's so funny. Every time. That's her sign to me that's her. Like with Lorianne Brown, her dad shows me a blue clock. Like, that's your mom. It's me. So that's kind of why she was like, I don't want you to know who I am, but she made it very clear. I mean, she pulled out the mother of creation card. Like, she made it very clear who she is. But here's the important thing, because she doesn't want me to talk about her. She wants me to talk about you. So like I said, this number 30, somebody look up the number 32, because now I want to know what fucking 32 means. That's crazy. Okay, so I digress. Literally everything here, you leveled up this week, didn't you? Like, because everything here, and her in particular, talks about, like, she's got this excitement in her chest. Like, it's making me all giddily excited. You leveled up. Not only did you level up, but like, you're seeing so much interconnectivity in the world around you right now. I think it's almost overwhelming. So you've been exhausted this week too. And not just exhausted, like I almost can't drag myself out of bed exhausted. Okay. So a lot of this level up, a lot of it has to do with at first it was with your oldest son and now it's with your youngest. Okay. Because you were seeing the first things with him. It's like you had 2-3 different epiphanies with him this week about the way things have unfolded and why they've unfolded the way they've unfolded. And then that exhausted you. Thank you guys. I love that you guys looked up 32 for me. It's funny because it's like you had all these level ups and then it was like this exhausted state. What was that? Wednesday. And then you kind of pulled out of it Thursday when you got up, and then bam, you had more. Oh baby, I'm so sorry. You just are overwhelmed this week, aren't you? Oh my God, the dancing cactus is cute. Sorry. Sweet pea, I am so sorry. It's like, so I'm just going to let you guys know, a lot of people this week got shoved into a level up. Like, there was no like, hey, let me take your hand and, no, it was like fucking shoved into level up. So, okay. So she just showed me something. Thank you for the little kisses. Oh my God. Thank you for the galaxy, guys. So she just showed me something, Kathy, and it's more of a feeling. So let me explain it to you, because this has happened in your sleep a couple times, or either while you're laying in bed or something, because what she showed me is like you laying in bed and relaxing. And then it's almost like these two arms came all the way down your sides just to hold you like that. And it was like this wonderful, warm, amazing feeling. So that's her. That's her. She's been like, you've also felt her standing beside your bed. You felt someone standing beside your bed. Like, she's been standing, like all my hair is standing up. So funny. She's been standing right here watching over you. So she just made me hear music too. She's been sending you sign after sign after sign after sign, because she wants you to know that she's there, because you kind of felt a little crazy this week. She's kind of felt a little, you felt a little crazy this week. So she's doing everything she can to let you know she's right there. So what's up with your youngest son? He's been seeing her. He's been seeing her in the house. Like, she's being very, very out front about being there. Yeah, he's been seeing her. He's been seeing her. Just so you know, like, physically, he's been seeing her. And I don't know if it's maybe out of the corner of his eye, but I think he has full on seen her at least once this week. Ooh, my hair is so standing up on end right now. Yeah, he's physically seen her this week, just so you know. Okay. Yeah, he's physically seen her, like full on in front of him, seen her. I'm sorry that he's had a bad week. So she's there all like 24/7 right now. And just so you know, in the middle of the night, when you feel somebody watching you, it's her. It's just her. Thank you, Miss Kathy Love. It's just her. But she's with him as well. So, okay. So here's what she showed me. I don't know if this was during a seizure or when he was, because I feel like this almost panic with him. And then all of a sudden it's like, so she's trying to help as much as she can. She's trying to help as much as she can. You're welcome, love. You're welcome, love. You're welcome. Yeah, you're welcome, sweetheart. So you're not by yourself. You're not doing this alone. Like she's there helping you. She's there helping you. So yeah. So guys, if you're just joining, I think my list is closed. It's closed for this evening. Just so you know. But I do these like once a week. I love the little heart kiss that cracks me up. So yeah. Thank you, Miss Bumblebee Cindy. I've been doing this a very long time, guys. Just so you know. And I'm going to say a lot. But if you guys have not watched one of my lives, tomorrow at 11 Central, I will be doing a free class on how to read a birth chart. I will stream it on YouTube, and it will also be on my website through Zoom. So make sure you guys, if you don't want to mess with Zoom, because I know it's been a little funky lately. Oh my God, you guys are so cute. Thank you. If you don't want to mess with Zoom, I understand. I will be streaming it live on YouTube at 11 Central. So make sure you come. I will teach you how to read a birth chart, which means you can read yours and you can read other people's birth charts, because I know the bitches are crazy. They're crazy. But I'm also putting it on YouTube, so it'll be recorded, so you guys can go and watch it at any time. And I will also put it on my site as well, because I'm going to throw a lot of information at you. Like, I'm going to overload your brain. I'm just letting you know. So it'll be there so you can go back and watch it. So you can go back and watch it. Okay. So let me start on my list. Okay. And then I have Melissa Bogard, Karen Wood, and Dahlia and Chelsea Smart. So if any of them pop in, will you mods kind of let me know? Like if you guys send me a message in the group chat, I can see it. But Miss Leanna Burton, let's start with you. Thank you, love. So let's do Miss Leanna Burton. And then, like I said, I have Melissa Bogard, Karen Wood, Dahlia M, and Chelsea Smart. So if any of you guys pop up, let me know. So yeah. My mods also have codes, because you guys helped me hit a massive milestone on TikTok this week. Actually, 3 of them. And so I love you guys so much for that, which is why I'm doing the class. And then they also have some codes for you. So yes. Woo. And if you guys would like to see me in person, I travel all over the US. I do mediumship events almost everywhere I go. Kind of a shamanic mediumship event. You can RSVP, get tickets on my website, etc. I will be in Austin at the Oddities and Curiosities here in a couple weeks. And then I will be in Oklahoma City at the Oklahoma City PopCon the very last weekend of June. Woo, okay. He's a little pushy. Okay. So, Leanna, are you here, love? And just so you guys know, you don't have to have a ticket to come up and give me a hug at any event I'm at. I love hugs and pictures and all that fun stuff. Yes, Miss Crystal, I got you on there, love. So Leanna. Is it Leanna? Am I saying it wrong? I'm so sorry. Leanna, yes. Because I said Leanne and I was like, that's wrong. And I said Leanna and my brain went, that's wrong too. Okay, Leanna. This guy has almost a manic energy to him. He's like, As soon as I took the deep breath and I kind of focused myself, I see overalls. Okay, so I don't know if This is weird. It's like I almost tasted wheat. Like I almost tasted wheat. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so I grew up going back and forth from Oklahoma to Colorado to Missouri. And so I don't know how to explain this other than this. When you drive by a wheat field that's just been harvested, it's like, and you can taste it in the air. Does that make sense? And that's what I just tasted. And it's super strong. And now I'm like craving it. Damn it. He loved that smell, that taste, that flavor, like fresh cracked wheat. Like, so it makes me wonder if he doesn't work with the land a little bit, because he showed me overalls and he showed me that. He also shows me kind of a bigger chest. Not humongous, but not like what you call a barrel chest, but just a wider chest, wider shoulders. He's funny. Did he get teased about like being Farmer Bob or something? It's so funny because that's what I heard in like this really hicky accent. But the thing is, it wasn't like his accent. It's him making fun of that accent. It's him making fun of that accent, I guess is the only way I can say it, like a Farmer Bob. So I don't know if he made fun of himself or what it is, but then he showed me the overalls again. Okay, so the overalls are important. He's really funny. He has the biggest, most warm smile, and he got older. You know, I mean, I'm getting him right here, but those smile lines like this. So when he smiles, he had the huge smile lines right here. I love it. And he has that big, like from the gut laugh. You know what I mean? You know, the guys that laugh and they laugh so hard that it's almost like you can hear it travel up their gut, through their chest and out. Like it's that kind of laugh. Okay, so once I got that out, apparently that's what he wants. That's what he wants you to know, so you know who it is. But this is important, and like he was throwing cards at me. You're seeking out help and advice on you moving forward on your spiritual path. But at the same time, you have someone that's trying to help you. It's like you don't want to listen to them because you don't feel like they're right. But it's funny. And when I said that, he goes, and they kind of aren't. But there is something specific. Oh, I see why you're confused as shit. You don't really fully trust this person, but you know that they are right about some things. And you're looking for, excuse me, you're looking for a guide, a counsel, a moving forward. Okay. You're looking for your guide to help you move forward on your path. So here's the thing about that. He wants you to know that you're kind of your own guide right now. You need to trust your divine feminine. You need to trust you. He says, you know, to trust your gut. This is something deeper. Okay. So not only do you need to start really tapping into this divine feminine around you, but you're at the point right now where you're making a fresh start on your spiritual journey. Like I have a feeling that you've kind of been on it off and on for a little while, but you almost feel like a brand new baby. And it's kind of scary. So you went through an interesting level up. So sometimes when we level up, guys, we see like all of the connectivity around us at that moment. But what you had is this more small level up where it's like you realize that all these things down here that you thought were solid are suddenly not a thing at all. And you're kind of like, everybody goes through this on their spiritual journey. You kind of get blown away because it's like you realize that all the things you believed in all these years are not right. Or, yeah, they're not right. But the thing is with you, you've already went through that depressive phase, and now you're in this other phase of like the super, super excitement phase. You're your own guide right now. You're your own guide right now, Leanna. And what's funny is when I said that, he literally showed me like at night, really, really bright, beautiful sky out in the middle of nowhere where you can kind of see the Milky Way, like that kind of middle of nowhere, but like this bright light that just shines you where you're supposed to go. Like he's doing everything he can to help push you and point you in this direction. He showed me the overalls again. I got it, love. I got it. He's really funny. He's really funny. So yeah, he's really funny. Well, you're welcome, Penny, honey. So I'm going to try to go through these a little quick just because. That's why I'm not trying to read comments. I'm just telling you like, yeah. So I'm going to answer that question really quick because that's fantastic. How do I rationalize my Christian side with my spiritual side? Okay, so love, here's what I recommend. I recommend looking up some books on American folk magic. There is actually one, this is my favorite one to recommend to people. It is called Backwoods Witchcraft. So American folk magic itself is super steeped in a mix of Celtic, Native American, and Baptist and Christian traditions. So it has a lot of use of scripture, especially Psalms and so on. I highly recommend that book. You can get it in paperback. It's on Audible. It's on Kindle. You can do all of those. So if you guys are new to your spiritual path and you grew up Christian and you're kind of having problems rationalizing that together, please look up American folk magic. I am going to do a video about it. Every now and then I do classes about American folk magic because people don't realize that we've gotten so fractured, especially with TikTok, with witch talk in general, and some of social media, in that everybody feels like they have to be something different. I have to be this culture. I have to be that culture. I have to be this or that or whatever. But the thing is, most of us here in America, unless your parents or grandparents came directly from somewhere else and they brought those traditions and you just learned those, you grew up with a mix of American folk magic. If you grew up in the United States, even if you grew up hardcore Christian, you grew up with American folk magic, because there's so much that we do that is Christian, but it's not in the Bible. There are different things that we always eat on certain times of the year, such as black-eyed peas, which are a bean on New Year's. Beans are for renewal and constant rebirth. That's an American folk magic thing. There's all of these things that you guys grew up doing that when you start reading about American folk magic, you're going to go, oh my God, I grew up doing all of that. It will help you mesh the Christian side with the spiritual side, because guess what, guys? You can absolutely be Christian and practice spirituality. You do not have to let go of your Christian beliefs to practice spirituality. I know a ton of Christian witches. I know Christian Buddhists. I know Christian Buddhist witches. I know like all there. It's what resonates with you, guys. It's what resonates with you. There's a higher power, whether you call it God, the universe, Allah, whatever. It's a higher power. I call it the universe. It has a sixth sense of humor, but you don't have to get rid of those beliefs. So if you guys start looking up American folk magic, you're going to find that you've already firmly been in a spiritual, pagan, whatever cool, magical practice your whole life, I promise. So the name of the book again is Backwoods Witchcraft. I actually have it right here. Here's how funny it is. I've loaned it out repeatedly and I keep having to rebuy it. It's by Jake Richards. One of these days I'll run into him somewhere and I'll have him sign my copy, because I tell so many damn people about his book. But I will tell you what, guys, I've read a ton of different books on American folk magic. This is by far the one that I love the most, because he's so honest with it, and when you read it, you'll understand. He's not like this super professional, polished, big words writer. He's like, here's the shit, and this is how it goes. I love his writing and I love this book. And so there you go, guys. It's Backwoods Witchcraft and it's by Jake Richards. So there's my plug for the evening, even though I have no idea. I've never met him or whatever, but he's fucking fantastic. Okay. But I digress. Let's get back on the list. I just saw that question and I wanted to answer it because, yeah. So next I have Miss Angela Rector. Let me tell you guys the list, okay? So I do have a few from last week, and if you guys hear your name, let me know so my mods can catch you. I have Melissa Bogard, Karen Wood, Dahlia, and Chelsea Smart. So if any of you guys pop up, or if you guys see them pop up, mods, they're on my list, and I need to fit them in as soon as they pop up. As far as list goes, I have Angela Rector next, Veronica Delgado, Trina Healy, Lorianne Brown, Denise Schwartz, Bethany Finch, Miss Crystal, Virginia Fisher, Colleen Shreve, Jennifer Forch, Maritza. I hope I said that right. I know it's Mitzi on here. Queen Renee. Oh my God, Queen Renee, I haven't seen you forever. Sorry, I'm all excited. I haven't seen you fucking forever. We're going to chat. And then I have Annie Stover and Nicole Inman. So there you go. There you go. That's my list. Mods, I know that April is not on this evening. So a couple of us have been working so fucking hard lately that our bodies went, yeah, bitch, you're laying down. You're laying down. So yeah, you're laying down. So yeah. All right. Here we go. Miss Angela Rector, this is for you, love. Okay. Ooh, okay. I have to pull these cards first. So yeah. So if you guys are having a problem, getting your comments seen on TikTok, I am streaming live on YouTube. So that way you guys can catch it there because I can see them a little bit easier. Okay. Oh, I got to pull these cards. I'm pulling the asshole cards. I did say Dahlia M. So I think my list is closed for this evening, guys. Normally I do a few more, but as I was saying, me and Miss Sasshole there, and then my April here also, we all kind of hit the wall this week, and so I actually have spent the day in bed. I'm just going to be honest with you. I have my big girl pants on right now, but I've spent the day in bed. I couldn't drag my ass out of bed. I was so exhausted. So, okay, Angela, you ready? So he almost has he has a very overpowering presence. He has a very overpowering presence. And it's like pressing down. He's been on your mind a lot, with random weird memories that have been popping up. But you have very mixed feelings about him. So in life, he was that guy that you knew that he loved you. You knew that he did things and you know, to do whatever, protect you, provide for you. But okay, what's up with this? I feel it up my arm. It's something with the heart. It's something with the heart. Because as soon as I started talking about that, I get almost overwhelmed. It rose up my arm. So here's how I know it's not me, because as soon as I said that, it went away. Like as soon as I acknowledge it, if it goes away, then I know it's not me. Okay, so with him, he is that guy that you had a love-hate relationship with. He wasn't the nicest of dudes. Hey, Renee. Why did you get muted? I don't know, baby. I see you over here on YouTube, though. I got you. So he also was that it's my way or the highway. Not only is it my way or the highway, but it's my way, period. Even on the highway, it's my way. It was his way. He was very, very, I'm going to say control freak, because I mean, controlling as well, but everything had to be a certain way. It's interesting. He shows me like, I want to say this is like, I don't know if this is a red beard or red hair, but he keeps showing me that. And it's like that almost an orangey red, but it's deeper. Does that make sense? Deeper than the normal orangey red. So not full on ginger, but like the deep ginger. So with him in general, he's a big dude. And he does and did use his size to his advantage, because as I'm like talking about him, it's like he's doing this like over me. Does that, you know how some people do that, like when they're trying to like not intimidate you, but make their presence known, like he's squared up and he's like leaning over me like that. Not in a mean way, just to let me know that he needs that respect. Respect my authority. He's also very gruff and very serious. So he's been trying to help you lately. But here's what's funny. Because of your relationship with him, because of how you felt about him, and I have a feeling you guys kind of butted heads a lot, and you had some times where you didn't talk and things like that, because of how your relationship was, when these memories are popping up and when all of these signs are popping up that you know are him, it's like you acknowledge them, but at the same time, you're like, no. And what's funny is there's a double layer of emotion there with him, because he feels bad about it, but then at the same time, he's irritated about it. He gets frustrated and mad because he's trying to help you with something. And then it's funny. It's like, well, she doesn't want my help, then fine. And then he comes right back. It's cute. You've lost sight of why you started healing. You've lost sight of why you started healing. You started for a reason, like something. You woke up knowing that this is what you needed to do. And you did it for a specific reason, for one person. And for some reason, your brain has gotten pulled in like 90 ways. And so with it getting pulled in 90 ways, you've lost that original reason is way down there. It's way, way, way down there. It's still there, but it's way down there because you have all of these other things on top of it. So it's like you can't see the original thing because you have all of this on top of it. So what he showed me was diving down through all those things to grab it. It's like this bright white pearl at the bottom. It's your pearl. It's literally your pearl of wisdom. He showed me you diving through all of that to grab that pearl and coming up through all of it. So you need to pull out this pearl, this reason why you started on your healing path to be a healer. But here's the thing. It's when you start diving down this, you're going to have to go through these layers. You're going to have to go through these layers, because you're going to say, oh, this is why I did it. And as soon as you get there, you're going to go, well, actually, this is why. And when you get there, you're going to go, this is why. Like, you're going to have to dive down through these layers. And when you get to that pearl, you're going to immediately know, like, it's going to hit you in the chest. You're going to immediately know this is why I started. This is why I'm a healer. He is trying to help. He does have good intentions. And I know that y'all's relationship makes it to where you don't want to listen because he is pushy. But pay attention to some of the things he's showing you. And I say that in air quotes because some of it's dream wise, but some of it's during the day when you're kind of daydreaming, and all of a sudden it's like you just have this little epiphany. Pay attention to that, because he is trying to help you. He is trying to help you. Just so you know, he's trying to help you. So, let me get my cards back, y'all. All right. So, that was Miss Angela Rector. Did I see Miss Dahlia here? Sorry, I had to chug some tea. There you are, girly. Well, let me read Miss Dahlia while you're here. Since I have one for a couple weeks ago. I appreciate you guys being so patient, and I want you guys to know, especially those of you that are waiting on stuff from me, I have not forgot. I am buried under a mountain of shit. Whoa, okay, I see. I'm buried under a mountain of shit. And I have so much to do and catch up on from when my son was really, really sick. So I appreciate y'all being super patient and know that I'm doing everything I can to give you some extra goodies for it. It's my favorite tea too. I love me some Gold Peak, especially the diet tea, the 0 sugar, because it's as close as I can get to sweet tea being diabetic. What's up, Dahlia? What's up, love? Are you going through a pretty down phase right now? Oh, I love that, sweetheart. Thank you. Why are these like this? Okay. I've been fantastic, Sweet Pea, but what's up with that? Okay, good. I'm glad to hear that, because whenever I started pulling these cards, it was like my whole body went like this. Oh, I just popped my back. That felt great. Sorry, that's funny. Oh, I'm so sorry you got COVID, love. I'm so sorry. Oh, thank you, beautiful crazy. I love that. Thank you. Don't forget, guys, my top gifter gets to sit on my profile till Tuesday. And I know somebody asked, well, what does that do? That means like 200,000 people will see your profile name. So if you guys don't know, all of you on TikTok, I adore you. You guys, I hit 200,000 followers the other day, and I think I'm at 222 now or something, or above that. And then I hit 1 million likes. My hashtag, the Blue Bodhi, also has almost 5 million views at this point. So I love you guys so much. That is the reason for the free class tomorrow and the code. So, okay, Miss Dahlia. Thank you, Miss Mizzy. What's the cycle? It's funny, he made me pick up my pen, and I don't know why. Like, I need to write something down. So, what I don't, okay. He's like hitting me with stuff like this. I'm like, whoa. So this guy is not very old. I would say early 30s, if that. And I keep seeing the number 33 for some reason. So I don't know what that means. But because I don't feel like that's how old. I don't know. Maybe it is. I don't know. I just keep seeing the number 33. Anyway, he keeps hitting me with things like this. It's almost in a manic way. So now I'm wondering if that feeling that I felt when I asked you what was up with that, I'm wondering if that's not him, where like the manic up and down. Yeah, the cycle. Okay. The cycle, the up and down. Okay. What have you been giving away lately? He says you're giving away too much. You're giving away too much. Oh, he just hit me with something weird right here. Like my whole hearing went out. It's so funny when I said, what are you giving away? Okay, so I have a feeling that you're giving too much of yourself right now. because I don't see tangible things I can touch, but he's worried about what you're giving away. He's worried. You're giving away too much. You're giving away too much of you. And I know that especially when you feel great, you tend to give away a lot. A lot of us do. The better we feel, the more we want to make everybody else feel better. So I don't know what it is you're giving out too much of. It's like draining you. It's draining you. So here's what's funny. He's worried about that, but he also knows at the same time that you're doing it for a reason. You're laying bricks. You're laying bricks in a path to this big foundation for something better. So what he showed me was like laying bricks in a path, this big round foundation of bricks, and then these pillars that come up. Like you're building stuff. You're building something with your life. Like you've been setting things in motion. You're building a temple. You're building a temple. Okay. That's the only way I can explain it. You're building a temple. And he's like showing me all these blueprints and these plans. Like you have things literally planned out, don't you? Like you, and this is new. This is new, isn't it? You just had this interesting come to Jesus talk, for lack of a better term. And this is new. Like you're using some of the bricks from the old you to, does that make sense? Fairly new. Yeah. You're using bricks from the old to make this path to the foundation. Okay. So what he just showed me is he's very, very visual. He's a very visual guy. And I love that because I love that. So what he just showed me is it's like you have this pile of bricks back here and you're pulling them to put in this path that goes to the foundation. And when you're laying some of the bricks, it's like some of them so here's the line and maybe the brick is out here a little bit, like it's out here a little bit on the line. And he just goes and pushes it right back into place for you. So you're like, wow, that's awesome. The universe has done this or this or this. Whatever he's manipulating for you, he is literally just pushing these bricks right back in place, exactly where they need to go. So when you're laying your foundation and these bricks are just slightly out, he's pushing them all back in. He's pushing them all back in. He has a fuck ton of energy. He has a fuck ton of energy. So if you guys, I saw somebody asking about help with some stuff. If you guys need help with a personal working or something like that, there is a form on my website under services. I do personal workings. I am happy to help you guys with anything. Okay. So what's interesting, Dahlia, is that like he sees the temple you're trying to build. Like he's showing it to me. And the thing is, you've got the path, you've got the circle, you've got the foundation, and you've got the pillars already planned out. And it's funny because like the pillars stop here and here's the ceiling. And you don't quite have how to put the ceiling on the pillars yet. But it's funny that the ceiling is being held up by something. And so like, it's just ready for you to decide where to put it. So just know that he's going to help guide that in as soon as you decide which way you want it to be. And then I just heard this is a reward. This is a reward. I know that you've been through some really hard shit. This is your reward for going through all of that. So you're getting your karma, the good karma, all the bad shit that you've just been through in the last 6-7 months, all the bad shit. This is the karma. This is to pay you back for all of this. It's like you already went through the hard shit. You got the hard shit out of the way first, and now you're getting the good. You're getting the good. Yeah, you're getting the good. So yeah. So know that things are going to fall into place like this. Yeah, things are going to start falling into place like that. Miss Leanna, I did yours already, but here's the thing. Being that you're on YouTube, you should be able to just like slide it back and hear it a little bit. This is why I'm doing it on YouTube. So that way, if you guys miss it for some reason, then you can go back and listen to it. Or if you just want to listen to it again, you can go back and listen to it. But yes, Miss Leanna, I got you already, sweet pea. And if you listen to it and have questions, let me know. And I'll try to pull them back in. So yes. You're so welcome, sweetheart. All right. So now I have Miss Veronica Delgado. Why did I click on that? I didn't mean to click on that. I meant to click over here. So I have Veronica, then Trina, Lorianne Brown, Denise Schwartz, Bethany Finch, Crystal, Virginia, Colleen, Jennifer, Maritza, Queen Renee, Annie, and Nicole. All right, Miss Veronica. All righty. So I'm doing it a little differently tonight, guys. So just so you know, if you miss it, I'm just going to go through and just tell you what I'm seeing for you. And it will be on YouTube. So you guys are welcome to re-listen to it. Oh, okay. Y'all are welcome to re-listen to it or whatever because I understand life happens sometimes and I love y'all, but I don't want to be on here for like 6 hours this time because it wears me out to hold someone here that long. Does that make sense? Because I'm using a lot of my energy. Okay, I don't know what's up with this. I'm pretty sure this is a lady, Miss Veronica, but she's making me confused. Okay. So I want to say she, but it doesn't feel right. It's so weird. Like it's super confusing in a way. Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around it because here's the thing. Like when I was shuffling cards, suddenly my hands didn't work. When I'm trying to focus and I'm trying to talk because I was in the middle of a sentence and it's like my words went blah, 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 blah. And it's not because I have a migraine. It was different. Okay. Yeah, see, and I know some of you guys on TikTok saw that. I don't know if you guys on YouTube saw that, but like I'm having trouble with my hands and I'm having trouble with my words. So I have a feeling that this person may have had something, dementia, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, something like that, because I'm having trouble with some of those things. So I'm going to just start talking about some of these things because it is hard for me to get this person to focus. So I'm hoping that in talking about these, I can get that focus so I can give you who it is, because at first it was more of a feminine energy, and then, but the cards, everything he's showing me is a he. So it's overall, this is someone that was really, really kind. Like they were extremely kind and caring and loving. And they're showing me a very slim stature. I have a feeling that this is a man and that he was just extremely kind. But he's showing me very tall and slim. Well, I say tall. Everybody's fucking taller than me. I would say probably around 6 foot. 6'1". But very, very slender. And he has a very square jaw. Wow, so he's showing me exactly what he looks like. Okay. He has a very square jaw. He lost his teeth. There's something funny that he used to do, like when he has his teeth out. And so his hair part's over here, and it's about this long, and it's kind of a beautiful peppery gray, peppery silver, and it swoops like this right here. He's really just amazingly kind. It's so funny that after I described him, I almost wanted to cry for a minute because He was that guy that he was always smiling and always happy and always laughing and always hugging and telling you he loved you and like always wanting to for you to know that he cared. He had an extremely hard life. And he absolutely survived some shit, especially health-wise, that other people wouldn't have survived. So here's what's really funny. He pulled up a fuck ton of 4s, 44, 24, things like that. But now he's being a show off. He's dancing some weird little jig thing. It's really funny. With him, he's so excited to be seen. So I have a feeling that so his energy is very unique in that it's very soft is the only way I can say it. It's very soft. So I have a feeling that he's been around you a lot and you haven't known because his energy is so soft. But I was about to say something about your luck changing recently, and he said that he was a lucky bastard in life and he's passing it on to you. So it's really funny. Something with your luck has changed lately. And I say that in air quotes because I have a feeling that even here lately, you've even mentioned about, oh my God, that was lucky, or this was lucky, or I'm lucky this happened, or whatever. You've been using the word luck repeatedly. Your luck has shifted. Thank you for the dancing beaver. You feel like you finally got in your groove. You finally got in your groove because what he just showed me was like this big circle, this golden circle, things going around and around and around. And you've been kind of on the outside of it. You've been on the outside of it. And he literally just went boop, and pushed you into the golden circle. And so now you're in the loop. You're connected. You're in the loop. What is awesome about it is it didn't take much. Like you were already almost right there. You were already almost right there. And I think this has only been in the last couple weeks. And I think you're really just starting to notice it the last few days. You have got to trust your gut because you've been knowing this is going to happen, that's going to happen. Like you've known a lot of these things are fixing to happen. And it's this little bitty things, like a car pulling out in front of you, or, this person's going to get this job, or like, you like, you just know. You've got to trust that more. Because being in this loop like this, like you're so connected right now, it's not even funny. So you definitely need to be keeping track of this stuff, like writing it down, emailing it to yourself, etc., because that's only going to boost your confidence in your abilities. Him pushing you into this golden loop has been an amazing thing. Like, it's funny. The only way I can explain this is almost like you feel electric inside, especially when something happens and you're like, I knew that was going to happen. You have this unique electricity in you right now. So mainly with him, I get the feeling that he can't stay long. Like, I don't know what it is, but him being here wears him out. He can't stay long, but he can come in like this mega burst of energy, and then it kind of fades real quick. I don't know if he just hasn't learned how to do it, or if, well, no, I don't think that's the case. I think that's just how it is with him. Some people can come and their energy is very steady, and so they can stay a long time. Like they can hang out, they can help and so on. But with him, it's like this immediate bump and out and bump and out. And that's why he came in and he shoved you into the loop and then back out. And he's in right now and back out. Like he can just come in for a little bit and back. Does that make sense? Your great grandpa. I mean, he's a super kind soul. He's a super, super kind soul. But I have a feeling that he expended so much energy in life that he's debriefing and catching up on things there. So he's only like coming in when he has a break and then back out and then in and back out. Like that's how it goes. It's really quick, in and back out. Because like he's pretty much already gone. He came in and kind of overwhelmed me really quickly and then back out. So that's how it happens. So when you have gifts or something that's like boom and then back out, that's him. Now, when you have something that's steady, that's not so much him. But when like push back out, that's how he is. Because he was super overwhelming at first. And now it's like, gone. Because I couldn't hold him here very long. But he's pushed you into whatever this connectivity is. And I think that's fantastic. I think it's fantastic because I have a feeling that you needed that really, really bad. You needed that really, really bad. So, yeah. So, congratulations for being pushed into the lucky circle. I guess I should say, for being pushed into the lucky circle. All right. So, I have Miss Trina Healy, then Lorianne Brown, Denise Schwartz, Bethany Finch, Crystal, Virginia, Colleen, Jennifer, Maritza, Queen Renee, Annie Stover, and Nicole Inman. All right, Miss Trina. Oh, good. I'm so glad, Miss Veronica. You have to be quick. Yeah. Thank you, Miss Kathy. We had a lot of fun. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, Facebook, etc., make sure you do, because I need to bombard with photos on Instagram. I forget sometimes. I take so many damn pictures. Y'all have no idea. Like, my phone is pretty much full at this point. So, all right. Miss Trina. Woo, okay. Thank you. Appreciate that. Okay. So remember how I told you guys that I really pay attention when things pop up that they're the same. I read with different card decks, etc. So I want you guys to see this, because this is what I'm talking about. Okay. This card right here, see how it's water and it's a bubble? This is the number 61. The card literally next to it is number 61. These are two different decks, and they're not made by the same company. See what I mean? See what I'm saying? That's important. Water's important. Connectivity is important. 61 is important. You can't make this shit up. Can't make this shit up. My nose is itching. Somebody's talking about me. And there's my first yawn. All right. So, he wants me to talk about you a little bit, and then we're going to talk about him, and then we're going to talk about you again. So he's definitely that guy that puts everybody else first. So he's kind of telling me like a little story. Okay. He's kind of telling me a little story. You felt for so long that like there was a disconnect between you and your gifts. There's a disconnect between you and you, basically. With him, he tried to help you. He tried to help you when he was here. He's been gone a while. He's been gone a while. He just showed me an open field. The trees are over here. Like if I'm looking out across the field, the trees are over here. I have a feeling this is to the west. And I can feel the breeze. I can smell the field. It's like super peaceful. Sun's going down. So I don't know if this is sitting on a porch, if this is sitting outside or where this is, but like it's so peaceful and calming here. It was one of his favorite places to be because I'm hearing the katydids and I'm seeing the fireflies and like it's just perfect. Okay. So Miss Trina, you felt super, super disconnected from you and your gifts lately. And when I said that, like I started getting like this, so I also have a feeling that you've been exhausted. Something interesting shifted in you where you realized, or maybe this is to help you shift and realize that you're not disconnected from them. It's that they're shifting into something different, because that's what these two water cards are, is a cycle. It's shifting, it's change. It's still the same, but it's just like the bubble turning like this. It's still the same. It's just shifting. So you've suddenly been noticing that like everything around you resonates with you in some way on a deep level spiritually. All of these signs are coming into your path. Like everything suddenly has a magical sheen to it. And you've been feeling super connected and super in touch lately. And let me just say this right now. Yes, you are developing new gifts. You have your old gifts. They're still kind of there. But the reason you felt disconnected from them is because you have new gifts that are building on top of those. And they're pretty far apart. Like here's your old gifts and here's these new ones. And they're doing this. So just so you know, they're still about here. You still have a little bit to go. It's like this is easing you into it. And it's funny, whenever I did that and I said easing you into it, it's like I see him standing with you here, holding your hand, and you're maybe 5 or 6. And he is like, it's almost like you're riding an escalator up to meet these other gifts. So it's like him helping to take you up here to these gifts and drop you off. So he pulled the Hades card. That card in particular is wisdom. It's a super, super deep innate knowledge. Like I said, he's been gone a while because he's showing me you when you're like 5 or 6. Not only is he showing me you when you're like 5 or 6, but you're his girl. Did you lose your grandpa? Like, were you grandpa's girl? Like, that's kind of what I keep hearing. It's funny when I said that he kind of softened like this a little bit. Like he had such a soft spot for you. I have a feeling that he was probably a pretty hard guy. And there's something about you that he had a huge soft spot for you. And I have a feeling that some people around him got a little irritated that he would do things like you had him wrapped around your finger and he would do all this stuff for you. And that's funny. That's funny. So he's guiding you to these new gifts. He's guiding you to these new gifts. He's also that tough guy that was like, I want you to do it on your own. I'm going to help guide you. I'm going to help you get there. But just so you know, when he helps you get there, he's kind of going to let you go. He's going to let you do it on your own. He's not going to leave. He wanted me to make sure to say that because when I said he's going to let you go, that's not correct. He's going to let you find your path, let you go forward there. So he's not going to leave, but he is going to take a step back a little bit instead of taking your hand and moving you forward with him, with the gifts. But you still have a pretty good distance to go to get to all of these. Every time my air conditioner comes on now, it's like I start coughing. It's stupid. So he's a very cool dude. He's a very, very honest, loyal, upstanding person. Like, yeah. So, like I said, this is super important. And I felt the need to show them to you again. So like I said, these are both the number 61. The fact that I've never noticed this before because I've never pulled these two cards at the same time. But the fact that they are almost the identical and the same number, that's weird. And that's important to me. So I wanted to show it to you again because apparently it's going to come up again with you sign wise. So if you see something like this, you see the number 61, etc. That's him. That's him helping you along. Does that make sense? So, all right. Next on my list is Miss Lorianne Brown. I'm going to shove a piece of candy in my face so y'all know. I did eat today. I hate this when I can't pull the candy up. I just need like one piece of honey. There we go. All right. Almost pulled a James Woods on Family Guy. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. Hi, Miss Lori Lou. How are you? Oh, okay. Okay. That was interesting. He just ushered someone in. Who is it you've been wanting to hear from and you haven't heard from in a long time? Don't answer that, but because here's what happened. When I drew that first card, I saw the clock, so I know it's your dad. But it went like this because it morphed from the clock into like an energy. And he went like this. It pulled somebody. He literally pulled someone in like this. I have a feeling that y'all had words. Y'all were not on the best terms. Maybe aren't on the best terms now. Even though this person has passed. Okay. So, he literally pulled her in like this. Like, oh no, you need to talk. Like, that's how it was. Because it was like, hey, there's the big blue clock. That's what I see. And so I know it's him. And so when I see the blue, it's usually like a very light, nice, happy, you know what I mean? But this was like, okay, this is me, but this person's going to talk whether they like it or not. Like, that's what just happened. So he pulled this lady in, and there's a lot of vanity here. There's a lot of kind of self-focus. A lot of things that should have been done that were not. Hang on just a minute, Lori. So for those of you guys on TikTok, I'm going to read Leanna's comments. If you guys were here for Leanna's reading and I kept seeing the overalls and so on, she said, LOL, I live in Northwest Missouri. My father worked on a farm for years when he was younger. My hair standing on it. He was notorious for wearing overalls and no shirt. He also had a controversy over his handlebar mustache. He refused to shave. I described him as Santa Claus because when he laughed, he had the big Native American cheekbones that got rosy red, and he had the big belly that looked like he was 9 months pregnant. I love that. I love that. So that explains that taste of wheat that I got in my mouth with him. Because, yeah, see, I can taste it again. Because it's like super strong. Because it's only the kind of taste that you would get in your mouth when it's in the air. like when it's being harvested. So I love that because he kept showing me the overalls, but I didn't see, like, normally I'm like, okay, an overalls and a white shirt, overalls and a black shirt, whatever. But no, it was overalls. It was overalls. And then the smile lines too. So yeah, that makes it, because yeah, I love that, Leanna. I'm so glad that you popped in to, I'm so glad that you got to go back. See, this is why I put these on YouTube, so you guys can go back and listen to it. All right. So, all right. High five, BS. How are you? All right, Miss Lori. So I don't know who this lady is, because she's being very like this with me. Like, she literally she's not happy. She's not happy because and what's funny is I don't feel like you've reached out to talk to her either. There's a rift there, but she fiddles with her hands too. She fiddles with her hands, but yeah, she's definitely got her arms crossed. Like, she's not happy. But your dad, it's really funny. He's like, no, you're doing this. You're doing this. There's something specific that, and now it's like pulling teeth trying to get information from her. There's a lot of things that you've been observing lately around you that I have a feeling you think of her repeatedly lately. And every time you do, you kind of like shake it out of your head. Like, no, I'm not. No. I feel like I have pulled her before. I feel like I know her energy. I just can't remember who this is. But yeah, she's super standoffish right now. So let me tell you what's here, and maybe that'll soften her up a little bit and she'll give me some more information. There's a lot here about moving forward and about your dreams and your grandma Helen. Okay. Your dreams and your goals, and you moving forward with a specific community of people. And when I say community, it's not a humongous community. It's a smaller one. But you moving forward with this, and it's somebody that you're watching. Like, you watch them, you pay attention, you process all the details they do, is what she says, or like what I get from her. You process all the details of what they do, and you're taking in the things that you like that they do, so you can do them. Like, it's almost like in watching them, you're training yourself, if that makes sense. Thank you, guys. So last night I had it all, the one big curl right here down the old school 50s glam. I wish she would be a little nicer and be a little more forthcoming with her information, because she really can help you. And I think your dad is pushing her to help you, just because of some of the ways that she's connected. Not only that, but her backbone and her, like, literally her strength, her backbone and her strength of being so hard-headed and not letting go of something. And then I come back to this observation of you watching this group, this person, these people, and really taking stock and taking note of what they do. And it's absolutely the right thing. It's the right, whoever it is, whatever it is you're watching, it's a few people, but it's a small group. I would say maybe 3 to 4. You're watching everything it's almost like you're chronicling the way that they do things so you can model your things after them. But it's not like, okay, I'm going to mimic everything they do. It's you really paying attention and wanting to emanate that way of being. So, okay. She really just does not want to pull information. Like, she really is just standing with her fucking arms crossed. And I'm like, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help. But she literally took a step back. Like, she's standing there with her arms crossed. Like, I'm not gonna. So, what I'd recommend is maybe you try to speak to her. I have a feeling that a lot of what she wants to impart here isn't for me. She doesn't feel like it's for me to tell you. Does that make sense? It's not for me to impart. It's for you to learn. There we go. There we go. And I just want you to know that I love you too. And we should chat soon. We should chat soon, Lori, because a lot of the things that she's showing me are some of the things that you and I have talked about before, like in a, one-on-one. So we should chat soon because, yeah, it's important. It's important. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. I'm so glad it makes sense because I think pulling teeth is easier than pulling information out of her this evening. But your dad was like, no, you're doing it. It was funny. He was like, whoop, like literally just pushed her right up there. You're doing it, whether you like it or not. So that was funny. So is Miss Denise Schwartz here? Well, hello, Navy Mom. Yay. There's Miss Denise. All right. I hadn't seen you pop up, Miss Denise, so I didn't want to mark you off my list until I had seen you. How are you? Woo, that's too many. That's too many. Thank you guys for the compliments about the hair. I appreciate it. I used to keep it like this all the time. In the wintertime, I just kind of let it do what it's going to do. In the summer, sometimes too, but when it's windy, I usually try to straighten it because it makes it easier to brush the knots out of it. Because, God forbid, we'd have a windy day in Oklahoma. All right, Miss Denise. So this lady here, she pulled two 33s. Like the beginning and the ending card are both 33s. So 33 and the number 3 in general is obviously pretty important for her and for you. With her, she was a humongous loss for you, like a humongous loss for you. This was one that you still are very, very raw about. She has a really, really sweet, soft energy. She pulled all kinds of maternal cards. She also pulled all kinds of child cards. When you lost her, you lost a little bit of the magic around you. And she showed me angel wings. So you associate angel wings with her. Like you see her as your guardian angel. I'm trying to get a little bit more from her. Thank you, love. I'm trying to get a little bit more from her on look wise, because mainly what she's wanting to show me is feelings, and this feeling of missing each other, and of, it's just like this severe ache right here. The only way I can explain it, I've lost my mom, and I understand that that's the ache that it is. It's okay. It's that like you can't ever replace that. So some of the things that she pulled here, what's up with the angel wings? Like I feel like there's something specific you have angel wise that you associate with her. I don't know if it's a statue that was hers or whatever, but I keep seeing angel wings like that. Like they curve down like this. And they're kind of an off-white, so that's why I asked if it's like a little statue or statuette or something, because that's what I keep seeing. She collected angels. Okay. All right. I'm like, that's what I keep seeing. Okay. What's funny is with her, like she mainly, it's not even so much that she has some big serious message to impart to you or whatever. It's, well, thank you. I love that. I feel like home. It's just hello. Like it's just, I want to cry. It's just hello. It's just hi, I'm here. Your mom's making me want to cry, Denise. It's just hi. I miss you. It's just hi. Like she doesn't have this big, super strong message for you. I'm going to cry. How funny. I understand that feeling. I really, really understand this feeling. So she showed me the angel wings again. Do you have a statue, or it's not very big? It's got to be smaller than this, but it's mainly like the wings come up and down like a big heart. Like that's what she keeps showing me, is that. So I don't know if that was one of her favorites or if it's one of the only ones you kept or whatever, but she keeps showing it to me, and the wings are big. So I don't know if the angel in the middle is like that, or if it's just I don't know what it is, but she just keeps showing me that. She just keeps showing me it. It's almost like the wings are around something. Like she literally sees herself as a guardian angel for you. I'm so sorry I'm making you guys cry too. I didn't mean to. Like sometimes they hit me like that, and I can't help it, because a lot of times they have this like this, I have to get this message to you right now while I can. But with her, it was just like, I just want to say hi. I just want to say hi. So whatever this angel is, okay, whatever the angel is that's what she keeps showing me. And it's off white, like the little, I'm trying to think of the right color. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It's like the little statuettes you get, and they're like the ivory color, the off-white color. But I think it's only like this. Like it's not big at all, but it's just wings. And it's wrapped around something, and maybe a bowl. because I kind of, it's like that. Like that's, I'm trying to like do it like this, but I almost want to say it might be a bull. But yeah, she just wanted to say hi. She just wanted to say hi, Denise. So I'm going to cry again. But like I said, it's funny too, is that both of these are the number 33. And this card in particular is what tells me that, it tells me that you're still really, really dealing with her loss, with missing her. So yeah. So yeah, I'm glad I got to read you this evening, because I have a feeling you really, really needed her hello today. So yeah. I love that. I love that. I'm not gonna cry. But 33 is important because, like I said, she pulled it up on 2 cards, beginning and end. So I would look up what 33 means. And be watching for it. You're so welcome, Denise. You're so welcome. I'm not crying, you're crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. All right. Aw. Thank you, Victoria. That was so sweet. I love that. So thank you guys. You're so sweet. Miss Bethany. I'm pretty sure that's who I had next. Yes, Miss Bethany Finch. You ready? Oh, I love that. Hang on, let me see here. Hi, Scat. So just know that I am a little behind. I'm overwhelmed right now with a bunch of custom workings. And what I was saying earlier is that I will be doing a whole bunch of different things this week live. So, I mean, I may not show everything I'm doing live, but I will be live so you guys can see what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm a little bit behind in it because y'all have been overwhelming me lately. I'm not complaining. Nope, that's not the right cards to pick. Okay. I'm not complaining. I'm happy to help all of you. All right. Okay. Miss Bethany, here you go. Aw. Yeah. So I will be going back through. I really had planned to work today, guys. And my body decided otherwise. My body was like, go to bed, bitch. And that's what happened. So yeah. Yeah. So I had fully planned to work today because I took a whole day off yesterday and I actually didn't know what to do with myself. It's the first like full day I've taken off in like 3, 4, 5 months. And so I actually had a hard time making myself not work. So today I was like, all right, I'm going to sleep in a little bit and then I'm going to get up and work all day. And so I was up at 5:30. And that's stupid. I just want you guys to know that's stupid. And so I went back to bed for a little bit and then I got up and I was so fucking exhausted and I went back to bed. I feel great now. So I'll probably be up all fucking night because I took like a 4.5 hour nap earlier. So I'll probably be up all night working. All right. Miss Bethany, you ready? You ready? Okay. Okay. So with yours, thank you guys. I appreciate all the compliments on the hair. With yours, Bethany, I get to talk about the message before I can talk about him. Okay. I got you. Because apparently you're a little hard-headed and apparently he's sending you all these signs and it's like you see them and you know, but at the same time, you're not paying attention, I guess, is the way I can explain it. You're not paying attention. You are and you're not. Does that make sense? It's like you're seeing the signs and they're registering, but you don't take them to heart. There we go. So a lot of this is because you're going through a huge shift. And in going through the shift, like it's scaring the shit out of you. Like you're really apprehensive of this shift. So I keep seeing you closing doors, like you closing doors, circling the wagons and around you because of this shift. And when I say shift, it's a hard shift to the right. It's something that you have to take care of in this life. It's part of why you're here, is to make this shift. Like it's one of the main reasons you're here. It has to do with a fuck ton of shadow work. It has to do with a fuck ton of realizations, with a fuck ton of, it's almost like going from one life to another. Who you were is no longer who you were. And you're in the process of shifting into who you need to be in this life. And it's hard because this is comfortable and this is unknown. And this is embracing a lot of things that you didn't want to embrace before. Like they've always been there, but you didn't want to embrace them before. Well, love right back from the U.S. Thank you, love. How are you, Aliu? But here's the thing. You getting pulled into who you're supposed to be. It's like somebody literally plugging your USB cord into the matrix, to the divine matrix. Not the matrix like you're seeing all the glitches, but like connectivity, like the everything. Does that make sense? It's like a direct tap into your gifts, your abilities, all of it. So now let's talk about him. He doesn't want to show me a lot. Like he's standing way back here. He doesn't want to show me much at all. I get the feeling that you guys, I don't think you knew him very well. I have a feeling that he's been gone a very long time. So I would bet he probably passed away when you were younger. He has these super piercing eyes. Like I can feel them in the back of my head. Like he has these piercing eyes. I'm going to say they're super blue, but he could literally stare a fucking hole through steel, I would bet. He was absolutely that person that you knew exactly how he felt about something from his eyes. Like, I would bet he could make dudes cry, giving them the look. He's also very quiet. Like, he's very quiet. He holds himself in a very, very quiet manner. He just watches. He doesn't speak a lot. The eyes are obviously important because he brought me back to the eyes. So I would be willing to bet. I'd be willing to bet he passed away when you were little, 2 or 3. And he was pretty, I would say in his 70s or 80s then. So this would be grandpa, great grandpa, something like that. But he is directly related to you. He showed me the eyes again. Okay. The eyes are obviously important. I have a feeling they're super blue. They're super blue because they kind of glow in a way. He knows some shit and some stuff. Like, he's a super old soul. So he's acted. Okay, so there's you and there's a guy that he's around, a young man that he's around. He's kind of acted as your guide for a while now. Thank you, Christy. He's acted as your guide for a while now. I keep seeing a fence post. I don't understand. A guide post, a fence post. It's almost like he's planting these guideposts for you to know where to turn. Every time you've gone to make a decision in your life, especially if it was a very important decision, when you were on the fence about something, it's like something specific popped up, and you would go, okay, that's what I need to do. And it was something like, he's very, very matter of fact. I'm trying to get more about him, but he's just super quiet. Like, even talking, I'm catching myself talking lower. I don't think he talked much. I don't think he really was a very outspoken person. He just did the things. Thank you for all the gifts, love. Hi, Belle. But with him, thank you guys. With him, he literally puts guideposts when you need them the most. He puts guideposts when you need them the most to make these decisions. He just kind of plants them in your path so you know exactly which way to turn. And he's done that your whole life. He's done that your whole life. Well, almost your whole life. Pretty much your whole life. The life you remember. So don't be worried about this shift. Don't be worried about this shift. I know you're going to be, but don't be worried about this shift, because he's literally going to put the guideposts in your way so you know exactly where to turn and the right decisions to make as you're going on this shift. But you are going to have to kind of embrace that darker part of Bethany. You're going to have to embrace the darker part of Bethany. So usually when I'm pulling somebody in and you don't recognize them, I wish Sasshole was here because she could tell you. Sometimes the message isn't so much for you. It's who you're going to ask later. Because like with Sass, I did a reading for her before she came on to help me with stuff. And everything sounded like this lady that she knew until I got to the end. And I said, well, there's something red, or I kept mentioning this red suit. She was like, I don't think she had a red suit. And so while I was finishing somebody else's reading, she called her mom and she was like, is this so-and-so, so-and-so? And the first thing out of her mom's mind was, oh my God, her in that red suit. And so a lot of times it's not for you. It may be for someone else that thinks that person isn't around anymore or whatever. I've had a few things like that, and I don't remember who it was, and I feel bad because I don't remember, but there was somebody that I kept seeing a red car, a red like Thunderbird, like old, like early 80s, 70s. And she had no idea. She was like, I don't know. That doesn't ring a bell. I don't know what that is. Like, I think it's my mom, but I don't know. Like, that makes me think it's not. It's because she went to ask her dad, and she said her dad kind of teared up a little bit. It was like, that was her favorite car. That was her car she had when we met. So there's always something like that. So guys, if I'm telling you something and you're like, okay, I have no idea like what this is, that person that's coming in knows you're going to ask somebody else. They know you're going to ask somebody else. And so that message is usually for them. He's very, very slender, I would say probably very tall and slender. Like I said, he shows me those fucking eyes again. So I have a feeling as he got older, he kind of lost some height. Because whenever I'm focusing on him, it's like this. Does that make sense? You know how sometimes we get older, like we lose some bone structure, we lose some height. And I think that a lot of it was in his back, like up and down here, because whenever I was doing this, it's like I could feel it right down my spine. So I don't know if he had back problems, if he had he was a hard worker. Like he had a hard life, physical labor type of hard life. So I would bet he probably had a lot of back problems. But he's very thin. He's very tall and thin. He's very tall and thin. So yeah, like tall wise, I couldn't tell you exact height, but he's tall and thin. But like I said, when he shows me like this, where he's kind of bent over like that, so maybe that helps a little bit. Like he only wanted to show me that after you asked if he was really tall. He showed me that. I was kind of hoping when I did that, my back would pop again. So that's why I kept doing it, but it's not. So hopefully that helps, Miss Bethany. All right. So I have Crystal, Virginia, Colleen, Jennifer, Maritza, Queen Renee, Annie, and Nicole. You have a hunch you know who it is? Okay. Well, hopefully that helps. Like he was very proud of that stare. You're welcome, bunches, love. Hey, Paula, how are you? Thank you. Miss Crystal, how are you? Woo, okay, wait. Calm down. That's too many, man. I miss your face too. How's the little one? I can't either, girl. I'm super excited for Dallas this weekend. Well, hi, Doreen. Welcome. So for those of you guys that don't know, I've planned a couple retreats this year. One is Dallas. It's this weekend. There's no more spaces left in it, but I do have one coming up in August in Colorado. So if you guys would like to go on that, I do have a few spaces left. It is an all-inclusive weekend, Victor, Colorado, paranormal retreat. We're going to get to explore some really cool old buildings and so on. So yes. Okay. Okay, so just like with a couple of these today, I have to start with what she's wanting to tell you, and then I get to talk about her. Because I'm being told that's the way it goes. Like I'm gonna do this, and then I can talk about her. With her, with this, she's making me line up all the cards, like just so, like they have to go in they have to be like exactly touching each other just right. It's so funny. Like I do that anyway, but like hers is very particular with it. Okay. So I know right now you've been in a holding pattern. And it's been super frustrating. Because you feel like the whole world is trying to push you forward. You're trying to push you even more forward, but you can't, because it's like you're missing the fan. You're missing the wind behind you. Like it's like having a sailboat and everything is perfect, except you start to go, like the wind blows really hard. You start to go and then nothing. And then nothing. Nothing. It's kind of like nothing. So you go forward, you like shove forward a little bit and then right back. So not only has it been really frustrating, but what she just showed me was like all these other tendrils coming out. So it's like you can't move forward on the path that you want to move forward on. So you've started doing all these other things and you're expending all of this energy in all these other places, and it's costing you. energetically. It's costing you energetically because you're too out. You're too out. You're too far spread. There we go. You're too far spread. Because when she showed me this, like all of these things coming out, they just fade off too. They fizzle. So it's like you're like, okay, well, if I can't get there with this main path, I'll go this way. And then that path fizzles. And then you're like, okay, if I'll go this way. And then that path fizzles. And so you just keep trying to rush forward and the path just fizzles. So part of it is that with these other paths, it's like trying to and trying to do too much. It's pulling you away from the main reason you got onto this path, not into the path. You got onto this path. And you had two paths you could walk. You pulled yourself up onto this higher path because your soul felt that's where you needed to be. And your soul's not wrong. But for some reason, I don't know if I think some of it is to learn patience, but it still sucks. It's so frustrating. So with her, she's part of what's making the paths fizzle. Like every time you're like, okay, well, I'm going to go around this way and then psst, and then this way. Psst. Like she's part of what's making it fizzle around. She's trying to keep you on this path here. With you, there's a specific reason, a specific goal with this path. And what's interesting with you is that even when you're trying to go around, you still have that main goal in mind. You still have that main goal in mind. So you're not losing track of the goal. You're just trying to spread yourself too thin. Thank you. Thank you, love. I love being someone's spirit animal. Rawr. With her, she's kind of cold. Like, I'm not going to lie. She's kind of cold. She's very, very matter of fact. She's very, she just doesn't joke around very much. She's just like very hard, very matter of fact. I keep saying matter of fact, like it's what I keep wanting to say. She's very, very straightforward. She doesn't mince words and she doesn't sugarcoat shit to the point that sometimes it's mean. So that's why I've had to like search my words a little bit because she's kind of mean. I'm just going to say she's kind of mean. Not only that, but I personally feel like she's being a little too hard on you. I feel like she was very hard on everybody around her when she was here. And I don't think she gave out a lot of love when she was here. I don't think that she gave out much physical love. I don't think that she was a hugger, etc. She's very, very hard. I'm trying to get more of like what she looked like. She's kind of got this shell. She's not letting me pass. She keeps showing me all these different faces. Like she showed me you, and then she showed me a lady that has like shorter hair. It's not her, and it's obviously not you. And then she showed me a lady with curly hair. It's like she's flashing all these women in my face. So I don't know if I have a feeling these are women related to you, like in your family, and she's just showing me all of them. She's kind of like the matriarch. Thank you, love. She's kind of like this. It's funny. Puppet master is what I kept seeing. Like she would push people to do things. Like I even see her like, okay, you go here and you go here and you go here and you go here. Like she literally tried to run everybody's shit. Yeah, she's just not. So she's about, I would say, a little bit shorter than you, an inch or two shorter than you. I almost felt like she was super tall because of the way that she came across, but she's not. She's I would say an inch or two shorter than you. Kind of slender. When I say slender, like not super beanpole skinny. You know what I mean? Not super beanpole skinny, but slender. She also, there's something interesting with her fingers too. They're kind of knobby. You know, the ladies, like they worked with their hands all their life, and so their knuckles are kind of knobby. Like that's how hers are. Like that's what she's showing me, is those kind of knobby fingers. But she used to have very, very long, beautiful, slender fingers, and then just like they're kind of knobby. Hey, Daphne, love you too, sugar. So I don't know if that rings a bell, Crystal. I don't know if any of that rings a bell. But the pushing people to do things, like she is very manipulative. She's very manipulative. Yeah, she's very manipulative. I was trying to get something more like hair or something like that. Like she wants to show me her height and then her hands. I have a feeling that her hands frustrated her a lot because whenever she was showing them to me, there was anger there. So anger that she couldn't use them anymore. She couldn't, she couldn't use them the way she used to use them. So I have a feeling that she always worked with her hands. And then as she got older, either arthritis or whatever set in really bad to where she had no strength. She couldn't use them hardly at all. So yeah, I hope some of that rings a bell, Crystal, because I don't know who she is. She doesn't want to be very forthcoming with it. I mean, it's somebody that would be, I would say, at least grandmother, like that. So, okay. I mean, and that could be it too. She just wanted to show me shorter, but I don't know. Yeah, she's not a nice person. Like she's really not very nice. She's not very nice. She's just not. She's not. So that's why I said, like, in trying to give you the message, like she told me I had to give you the message first. Like she was trying to make sure that I did what she wanted me to do, which is fine. But she's mean. Like she's just mean. So that's why I said she's very manipulative. Which makes me wonder if that's not why she's a guide, is because she didn't really learn her lesson on being nice when she was here. And so you get to do it again. You get to do it again. Like that, her, not you. Like she gets to do it again until she learns. So those times when you're super, super mean to yourself and then you're like, where the fuck did that come from? Because that's not my normal thought. That's her. I'm just letting you know. So I'm just letting you know. So I have Miss Virginia Fisher next. Ready? She's here to help you. She's just not the nicest in doing it. So yeah, she's not here to hurt you. She's here to help. But she's also kind of throwing a fit against it. Like a toddler fit. You know what I mean? When you have to do something you don't want to do when you're 5, that's, well, I'm going to do it, but I'm going to be an asshole. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of how she is. Does that make sense? So, yeah. Hi, Virginia. I love that some of y'all's people are like super matter of fact. Oh, you've gotten distracted on your path, girl, haven't you? Well, this lady right here pulls all kinds of she pulls all kinds of maternal cards, all kinds of love cards, all kinds of home cards. Okay. So you've gotten super, super distracted lately. And it's not on purpose. It's just life. Like, she understands, but there's an urgency to you getting undistracted, to you getting focused again. It's like you've been trying to operate in this super, super logical place, and that's not you. It's not you. Like, she's showing me that, okay, not only are you a really, really loving, sweet person, but you had somebody take advantage of that. And that's why you're kind of in this cold mode. I guess I'm just going to say it that way. It's kind of like you've turned some of that compassion off. So this lady, she saw things. She was a seer. Like, she saw things. I think a lot of these were dream wise. She would have some very, very interesting dreams, but she saw things. She knew things. So when I talk about this with you getting off track because someone took advantage of your kindness and your heart, like, that makes her angry. Like, it makes her angry. She did not like this person. And this is like that, like, in your chest, I want to see you melt. Like, I'm going to melt you with my lava eyes, like that kind of anger. She's worried that you're forgetting that softer part of you. And with getting that softer part of you, you're missing something. It's funny because she showed me, like, it's almost like a game board. You know what I mean? Like, not any game in particular, but like a game board. And like, over here is this super bright piece, but you're over here and you're seeing all of these dark pieces over here, and you're missing the bright piece, which is like the tunnel to go somewhere else. Does that make sense? I guess. I don't know how. That's what I'm seeing. So she's like really worried that you're missing that bright piece. You're missing the bright piece, sweetheart. It's funny. So like, whenever she was being really serious to try to talk to you about something really serious, she did that too, didn't she? Her voice kind of got a little lower and it got a little deeper, and she just, very matter of fact, she almost like whispered in a way when she was trying to get her point across. It's so funny because I literally, when I said that, I wanted to like just kind of put my hand on your shoulder, like, you're missing it, sweetheart. You know, like, she really wanted to just like have you, she wants you to pause. Well, I might not be your mom, but I'll totally be your witchy aunt. How about that? So one thing that I really love about her is that she really has this amazingly, now it's going to sound weird when I say this, but she has this amazingly beautiful, strong milk chocolate brown color to her, which is super grounding and it's super connected and it's just super warm and calming. Like it's just a great, wonderful color. It's a great, wonderful connectivity, like happy, calm. Does that make sense? Like, I love it. I love it. You're welcome, love. She kind of was your grounding, wasn't she? Yeah. Well, I don't think that I need to remind you that she's here because I think you know, like, you know, she visits you all the time, doesn't she? What's the smell? Because when I said she visits you all, it's almost like it's got an underscent of rose. What's the smell? Is that her perfume, or did she actually grow roses? Because it's got this wonderful undertone of rose to it, but it's almost like a perfumey smell. But now I'm wondering if it's not roses. Because whenever I said she sends you gifts all the time, or she sends you signs all the time that she's here, I caught this. I mean, it literally went like this across my nose. She loved roses. Okay. I was like, because it smelled like roses, like fresh roses. So that's why I was like, is it a perfume? Like, what is it? Okay. Pink ones were her favorite, weren't they? Like the beautiful deep pink. Oh. Wow. I love that. I love that she let me smell them because you guys know how it is. Like when you get like a fresh, like roses, they just opened up during the morning and you can smell the, like the dew and stuff. It's like, that's what I smelled. So it was great. It just literally went right under my nose. So whenever you said that she grew roses and stuff, that's when I saw the, that really bright, deep, bright pink one. So, well, good. I'm glad you knew who that was. So don't lose sight of that bright part. Don't lose sight of that bright part. All right, Miss Colleen. So I have Colleen, Jennifer, Mirza, Renee, Annie, and Nicole. All righty. Yay, there's Colleen. Colleen's over on YouTube. It can be weird getting the different smells, but the thing is, usually when I do get the smells, it's really strong. And so it's easy to tell that it's not something here. Does that make sense? It's easy to tell that it's not something around me here. And oh, you're welcome, sweetheart. I also, before I do a live where I'm doing mediumship, or before I do any kind of mediumship, I put on Blue Lotus. So I put it here, I put it on my wrist, I put it back here. So I know that smell. That's my connectivity with that smell. So yeah. And then I try not to eat anything that's, no, it was this one. Okay. I try not to eat anything very strong. You know what I mean? Because if they want me to smell something, I obviously need to smell it because it's something to connect for you. All right, Miss Colleen. So I have a weird question for you, Colleen, like right off the bat. This lady wants me to acknowledge this. There's no easy way to say this. I always hate it when something like this comes up because I try to be as diplomatic as I can. Did you have a miscarriage? Did you lose a son? Like, did you lose a baby? Because she wants me to acknowledge this losing of a son. I don't understand, but that's I heard it exactly in that way. Losing the son. Okay. It's just weird. Like, that's why I'm like, what? Okay. Maybe she lost one, because that's the first thing she wanted me to acknowledge, was that. So this lady here, she is extremely beautiful. She is like very, very beautiful. Long dark hair. Okay, so what she's showing me is like a 70s version. Like, that's what I'm getting. So this is the time in her life when she felt the best about herself. Because I even see, like, I want to say that they're off-white bell bottoms. Very slender, very, very statuesque. And she's just gorgeous. She is just gorgeous. She liked to do her hair with like the feathers back, that like the Farrah Fawcett feathers on the side. But she also, I keep getting Cher too. She also either loved Cher or she got compared to Cher, said she looked like Cher, etc. all the time. She absolutely was like super connected too, because she was all about the metaphysical stuff, the hippie stuff, excuse me. So I'm curious about this, because she doesn't feel like somebody like mother, grandmother, things like that. This feels more like an aunt. Like somebody that's just like one step disconnected, if that makes sense. One step disconnected. Because like she is super connected. And I have a feeling that she was always just like the hippie black sheep of the family. Like everybody thought she was weird and all this stuff, even though she's super beautiful. And she always was alone. Like she didn't keep a guy very long. And it wasn't because she couldn't, it's because she didn't want to. She also knew she was going to die young too. And I get that she had this was something, she did die pretty young. I would say early 30s, mid 30s. And it's some kind of accident, because it's quick. It's very quick. So here's what I would say, because I see your comments, like, I have no idea, you know what I mean? This lady's been around for a while, obviously. So there's somebody around you that knows her. Whether it's your mom, grandma, whatever it is, there's somebody around you that knows her. My nose is itching again. Somebody's thinking about me. But you're really starting to walk a path like she did. And so in rotating around you, she's showing me a figure eight, like an infinity around you. There's 3 or 4 of you in this loop back here, all women that she rotates around. And then up here are other people. And she doesn't want to show me them. So I'm assuming that they're not connected to you, to these women here. Because I want to say there's 4 of you. Because she shows me like this. And you're on the end here. And then there's a lady next to you. I don't know if this is your mom or something like that because she's a little older. And then there's one that's much older. And then there's a lady who she's showing me her. Like she has really pretty blonde hair. Anyway, but she doesn't want to show me these people because she says it doesn't matter. But she literally goes like this and rotates around all of you guys. So the reason that she's so strong where you are is because you're getting interested, and well, you are interested in a lot of the same things that she absolutely loved, like all of the hippie stuff. She keeps saying hippie stuff. It's really funny. Are you learning to read tarot? Or do you already read tarot? Because she's showing me tarot cards. Okay. It's just interesting because she kept showing me tarot cards. So that's why I took that as maybe you were learning to read tarot. Well, if you're not, then I would bet she absolutely did. I know she did. Well, what she showed me was a specific, well, I say a specific deck. The backs are gold. They're golden. So, you know, like how this card is golden on the back, they're like that. Not that, like this is an oracle deck, but they're gold on the back. They're gold on the back. So with you walking on this path, with you kind of delving down the spiritual alleyway is what she said. Don't be hesitant when you're wanting to learn something. One of the messages here is trusting in where you're going, that everything is going to work out. So that kind of tells me that you've had a lot of things come up lately where you're like, I really want to do this, but I don't know if you're apprehensive, if you're afraid, or if you're like, well, that's too big of a risk. Everything literally will work out how it's supposed to work out. By fully stepping onto your path and walking on it and walking proud on it, the universe acknowledges that. And what's funny is when I said that, here's what I saw is like you fully walking on this path, but instead of walking like this, it's like this big, tall, like owning yourself and walking on this path. And it's like this wonderful umbrella over you, like just protection. So in fact, a lot of the cards here are about protection. So love, whatever it is that you've been considering doing, that you've been wanting to do, especially spiritually, she's absolutely got your back. She's absolutely got your back. Yeah, she's absolutely got your back. So for those of you guys on TikTok, I'm reading Miss Colleen and she's on YouTube. So I haven't been watching the comments on TikTok. Sorry, I've been watching the comments on YouTube since that's where Colleen is. It's almost like you're walking a dual path right now. So I don't know if it's that you're afraid to step onto this other path or fully be in that path. I don't know what it is, but because I feel like a little bit of apprehension. So just know that by stepping onto that other path, you're absolutely protected in doing so. And it's almost like, so what's funny is she pulled the Nyx card. And so in stepping onto that path with that protection, it's almost, well, it isn't almost, it's also some secrecy, some invisibility there, and being able to walk on that path and learn things that you want to learn and go where you want to go without too many people knowing about it. So it's kind of interesting. It's really interesting. But I would ask I would ask about her if anybody recognizes her, because she showed me a lot of very, very specific things. Like the pants were specific too. And I'm like, okay, all right then. Like they're pretty cool pants. Don't get me wrong. But I'm like, okay, that's super specific. So when they show me super, super specific things like that, it's usually for a reason. And I'm also curious about the sun. I'm curious about that too, because that was the first thing she hit me with. That's why I was like, okay, this is a weird, like hard right off the bat kind of thing to talk about. So yeah. Yeah. So I would say get you a set of tarot cards and fully step onto that path, love, because you're covered. You're covered. You're good. Does that make sense? You're good to go. So yeah. And I wish I could like draw you the backs of these cards, because like I'm seeing the very, very specific backs of these cards too. But they're gold. They do have circles on them, not like that, but they have, it's almost like geometry. It's almost like geometry on them. It's the only way I can describe it. So like a while ago, I was burning up and now I'm freezing. And so I'll put on my hoodie and then it'll go off and I'll be freezing or I'll be burning up again. I can't win for losing some days. Stupid hormones. All right. Let's see who's next on my list here. That would be Jennifer Forch. All right, Miss Jennifer. So if you guys would like to book a private appointment, okay. If you guys would like to book a private appointment, I do have a waiting list. I am booking out into July at this point. I think, let me say that, I think Sass has got my schedule. So if you want to make an in-person appointment or a Zoom appointment or whatever, if you go to my site, which is on my link tree, and go to services, there's a form to fill out so we can get you scheduled. So, because my travel schedule is a little crazy. So, yeah. All right, Miss Jennifer. Make sure I got my list updated here. So, my cheaters potion popped up. You're welcome. Apparently, it was really needed. I hate that. I'm glad that I put it out there, but at the same time, I hate that a lot of you guys have needed it. That makes me sad. So, anyway. So, Miss Jennifer. Okay. So Jennifer, I hope you're here because, yeah. Well, I'll let you guys know if you're finding me on TikTok because of that, or if you're finding me because of another video or whatever. I did put out today or yesterday. I can't even remember what fucking day it is. I did put out yesterday a prosperity spell, prosperity jar, and you guys can do that either in a jar, you can do it in a bowl, you can do it however you want to. But yes, I put one of those out that works very well for me. Works very well for me. And the ingredients that are in it, you can literally find at the grocery store, except alfalfa. Alfalfa you can find on Amazon. I carry it in my shop. You can also find it at any feed store. Sometimes at Walmart, just saying. So yeah. But all right. Miss Victoria. No. I'm on crack. Miss Jennifer. I'm sorry. It is. I'm sorry. I was like, that's wrong as soon as I said it. Miss Jennifer. So this guy here, I was hoping I would see you pop up because I need to ask a question. He what I wanted to ask, and hopefully you're here and can see, and if not, it is what it is, but he pulls a lot of Native American as far as imagery goes, as far as his nose, especially. He's also very, very connected. Just connected. Thank you, love. So what I was curious about, and this is what I can ask you. Yay, Travis. I was hoping you would pop in here. I got your email. I haven't had a chance to answer you back yet. I have you on my list for tomorrow, just so you know. So I'll be sending you an email either late tonight or first thing tomorrow. But I have you on my list for tomorrow. So, okay. Miss Jennifer Forge. He pulls this very, very stoic, I don't say hardly anything, and that kind of vibe. He also is I don't know if the connectivity that he pulls is somebody that probably was in line to work in medicine, or he probably did work in medicine. And I don't mean like Western medicine, guys. Okay. He knew things. So with him, though, he brings a very, very specific message, just so you know. You're getting away from, and you have gotten away from your sacred space, from practice, from the things that when you really started on your spiritual journey, you had things you were doing on a daily basis. You put this little routine in place. And then as you've gone forward, you've stopped doing it. And in stopping doing it, it's caused a rift between who you were starting to be and who you become. Does that make sense? It's like two parallel people. So you have your spiritual self, and then you have you, and they should be the same person. But for some reason, you've had this rift because you've stopped doing this. And it's got you on the fence as far as your compassion goes for yourself. For other people, it's awesome. Like, you're still this amazing, loving person. You do anything for anybody. But for yourself, you've stopped being so compassionate for you. The problem with that is that pulls you further away from you. And for some reason, you're not operating in this same authenticity that you operate with, this awesome authenticity for other people. So you've got to get your sacred routine, your sacred space back. It's just kind of gotten too spread out. So you've got to get this back. And I have a feeling that you know this, that he's been kind of putting this in your mind, in the forefront repeatedly, that you need to get this space back. With him in particular, he doesn't want to show me a lot of what he looks like. But you did know him. You did know him. Not only did you know him, but I think you were kind of afraid of him when you were younger. I have a feeling he probably passed away when you were in your teenage years. But he just was that guy that never hardly said a word. And so all the kids are kind of afraid of him. And I have a feeling that some of the other kids around you when you were growing up, it's almost like I see this one boy kind of running up and going boo at him, or, something like that. And him just doing that, like just looking out of the side of his eye at him. And you guys like, oh God, So he's absolutely somebody you knew. But like I said, I think he passed away when you were a teenager. but he's super, super stoic. He does not budge. He doesn't hardly crack a smile. Like he just, I kind of wish that you had got to know him as an adult, especially on your path, because he would have helped you. He would have helped you tremendously in going forward. So hope this all helps. I'm sure that you're probably going to be watching this on YouTube later since I haven't seen you pop up. So hopefully all of that helps. Get back on that sacred space, whatever it is that you've quit doing, because he's pretty concerned about it. So Miss Maritza Hanvey. You know what? That's what I reached. That's what we're starting with. So I have Maritza, Queen Renee, Annie, and Nicole. How are you, love? Nope, that's what I was going to reach for. Okay. Aw. I'm glad you did, because apparently this is pretty important. Because the first card that I pulled for this, everything that you have created, you can uncreate. All of the situations that you're in, you can get out of. You literally hold the key to everything. So I don't know if that means you've been feeling a little powerless lately, or you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling like nothing's going to change or whatever, but anything and everything around you right now, you chose and you can unchoose. You just have to figure out what your authentic self wants. Because I have a feeling that, well, I don't have a feeling, you're overwhelmed with stuff right now. With doing too much, with learning too much, with being too much, with trying to be too much. So you have to figure out what your authentic self wants to do, wants to be, wants to go. And the problem is there's somebody else around you that's putting a lot of influence on you to do something specific. So the gentleman that popped in here, I just started seeing like black cat figurines. So I saw the black cat first, but then I start seeing figurines and like drawings of them, like some little weird clip art or something like that. So are you seeing cats? Are you seeing black cats everywhere? Because this guy is sending cats as messages to you. Like literally on everything, I'm trying to pull some information from him. It's funny. Like he doesn't want to give up anything. He has super long arms. That's the funniest thing. Really? You don't want to give up anything, and then that's what you give me. Super long arms. So he showed me the 50s style of jeans where they're rolled up in the bottom and like, the black loafer shoes or whatever. So I have a feeling that in the 50s, that's one of the things that he liked to wear. But he also showed me that morphed into, he wore jeans a lot. He wore work jeans, I guess, does that make sense? Because they're super dark blue. And I think that those were just his favorites to wear. I heard the word greaser, so that's really funny. So like the 50s greaser look is, yeah, he absolutely was a teenager in the 50s. Yeah, he actually used to get teased for how long his arms were. He had a really, really impressive wingspan. He's also a little short. I would say like 5'8", 5'9". And with this, like, he has really dark hair. Worked like, woo, third yawn, second, third yawn. I don't know. Anyway, he worked a lot of physically demanding jobs in his life. Almost everything he did was physically demanding. And he definitely was the tough guy, and he would happily do it. He did not like anybody to know he was hurting. He didn't want anybody to know something was wrong because that was weakness, and he didn't want to show weakness. Like, he was that guy. And he keeps talking about the 80s, and I don't understand that, but maybe you do. Something significant happened in the 80s. I would say 83 to 85 for him. Oh, here's Siri. I'm trying to watch for your comments, Miss Mitzi, because he's super concerned with the influence that this other person has on you. I was also watching to see, like, if you recognized any of that, because once I got to that point, like, he doesn't really want to tell me much more. But he's a very handsome dude. And one of the aspects of you finding your authentic self and what your authentic self wants to do, it's going to take you a while to get to the bottom of that, to peel back those layers. So you recognize him? Okay. So do you understand whatever the 80s is he's talking about? Woo! 4. That was like 2 yawns and one. That was 2. Look at me. Oh my God. That was 2. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. So I'm curious if he's someone that knew you better than most people did, because he's showing me like peeling back of all these layers for you to get down to this authentic self. And like, he sees the authentic self down there. And what's funny is he shows me your authentic self almost like somebody in a sarcophagus, like just laying there like this. So you've buried that authentic self for a while, girl. Yeah, you've buried that authentic self. I think that you're peeling the layers, and you've been peeling the layers for a while, and you're almost down there, but you still have some to peel. and it's not that he's there to help you peel. He's there to kind of point you in the right way of, this is what you should do so you can peel back this layer. This is what you should do so you can peel back this layer. Like he's trying to help you with all that. Does that make sense? He's a very interesting guy. He's a very interesting guy. I assume that you guys were together for a little bit because he made me feel like he really got to see the authentic you that not very many people did. But he wasn't like rubbing it in somebody's face. Does that make sense? Like it's very private. Like it's very private. So I almost feel weird in mentioning it. Yeah. Yeah. All right, Miss Queen Renee. Where are you at? Where are you at, Renee? Thank you for letting me meet him, Mitzi. He's a cool dude. I also get the feeling that he was a little hard to get along with. He was hard to get along with. Just because he was very matter of fact. Like he was very matter of fact. And I have a feeling that opened your eyes to a lot. And being so matter of fact. It has been forever, Queen Renee. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Make sure you guys go follow my top people up there. And for my top gifter, they will sit on my profile till Tuesday, meaning you'll get to be seen by all of the peoples. Well, it would be nice if you would pull a card, my dear. I would appreciate it. That'll work. Okay. See, told you I was going to get hot. Is what it is. All right. Where you been, Renee? All right. Busy. I get it. I get it. I get it. All right. Wheel. Okay, so as soon as I hi Miss Zana. As soon as I started to focus on her, Renee, I got this humongous wide-cheeked grin. Like she has a beautiful round face. And when she smiled, it's almost like her whole face shined. Anytime you see somebody smile, you kind of want to smile. But this lady, when she smiled, especially when she giggled, like it didn't matter what kind of mood you were in, you were going to smile and you were going to laugh. Thank you, Karina. I love those. That's so pretty. Those are like my favorite colors. It didn't matter. Like you're going to laugh. You're going to smile. You're going to be in a good mood just by seeing her smile. And she's a little bit shorter and she's a little round and she has short hair, super short hair. And I just want to hug the fire out of her. She always made short jokes too. Thank you, Bree. She always made short jokes. Like everybody made short jokes about her, but she always made short jokes. So and I don't know what I don't know what this is, but I'm seeing pie crust. Like, you know how you do this with the edge of the pie crust and you move it along and you pinch your fingers in it? Like, that's what I keep seeing is pie crust. So it's a unique kind of pie too. It's not something normal. This was like her own special one. Thank you guys. Miss Filey bought this one for me. Yeah, this was a special pie that she made. And I don't even think she made it very much either. I don't think she made it very much. I think it was like a super, super special thing when she made it. Okay. She also had a gift because it's so funny. Like, I see her sitting at the table and talking to, I assume, family, because they're people she knew very well, and she had a great accent too. But I literally almost see her like counseling family members in a way about stuff. She knew some things and she knew some stuff. Because it's like talking about stuff in dreams. And as I'm seeing her sitting there, it's like it's like a bright yellow, but then a pink, a medium pink. I don't know what those colors mean. Do you know who this is, Renee? Because she's really an interesting lady. She absolutely would be someone that you would call an oracle. Like, she saw a lot more than she really let on, but I think some of you guys knew it. And you've been feeling a pull to start sharing the things you've been seeing lately. You feel the battle coming on. And not only have you been feeling the pull, but I think that it's been like almost hard to control for you at times, which tells me that even in being busy, like you've really I think some things have slipped out when you're talking to people here lately. Like, I saw this or had this dream or whatever. Your gifts have been kind of going through the roof, haven't they? Okay. Okay. So you feel the apprehension in the air, don't you? You feel the big thing barreling down without knowing what it is. I mean, a lot of us do right now. And the more people's gifts go through the roof, the more you feel it. So I will say that you're not alone in that. There's a lot of people that are starting to see those things. It's popped up a lot. Like, I've always kind of seen things like that, but it has gotten a lot more rampant lately. And my theory on this, and there's a story I got to finish reading that came out the other day, is that first of all, there are people fucking with time crystals. And second of all, there was that humongous issue with there's two black holes that collided and they ripped space-time, and we're getting the ripples from that, like we have been for several years, but we're like super getting hit with it now. So, and if you guys ever fall down the rabbit hole of watching YouTube with some of the glitches where people just appear or disappear or things like that, like, it's getting more and more rampant. So yeah, the bright white light in the corner of your eye. Yeah. So that one's one too that people are reporting a lot. So I talk to a lot of people on a daily basis, guys, at helping them with their gifts, helping them with what's going on, and etc. So I'm kind of glad that this popped up, Renee, because I have a feeling that you've almost had some panic attacks lately, feeling whatever this battle is coming, whatever this apprehension is coming forward. And just know that you're not alone. YouTube freezing up back and forth there. Just know that you're not alone. With her, this lady in particular, I would ask about her. I would ask because she's definitely somebody that is all around you. And a lot of you guys, I love that some of you guys are, I don't think she's white, Renee. She's not white. She's not white. So I'm so glad to see a lot of you guys are like, oh my God, me too. And I've been seeing this and feeling that and so on. Because it's kind of gotten rampant. It's gotten rampant. Personally, I think that multiverses are colliding a little bit, and that's why people are appearing and then disappearing. And that's why I noticed a couple of people mentioned having a lot of the Mandela effect going on, glitches, etc. My theory is that some of the multiverses, instead of being like this, they're starting to do this. And so you can't help but have some things pop over when they mesh together. So yeah, that's my theory. But you know, people are fucking with time crystals. Like, what? I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing. So, Renee, I would ask about her. I would absolutely ask about her. So, and I know this is easier said than done, but don't stress too much about feeling this battle coming. Because a lot of us feel it. A lot of us feel it. And it's, yeah. See, gotta get the hoodie back on because now I'm freezing because the air conditioner came back on. Renee, I'm so glad to see you, love. I'm so glad to see you. You have no idea. I'm so glad to see you. Bodhi, do you ever sleep? Yeah, I slept all day. Don't know who to ask. Oh, I'm sorry, love. I was gonna say because I have a feeling that I don't know if she is related to you or not, but I have a feeling that she's been like, if she's not related, it's super family friend, like super close family friend kind of thing. So yeah. Yes, I'm so glad you caught me too. I missed you. I miss seeing you. So I have two more people to go. I have Annie Stover and then I have Nicole Inman, but I have to pee really badly. So I will be right back because I've been on here for 3 hours now and I'm going to die. So I'll be right back. Y'all stay here. Don't go anywhere. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. All right. So what are we talking about? All righty. So I have Miss Annie Stover. You ready, Miss Annie? So I see some of you guys asking about class tomorrow. You don't need anything. Just come. I will be streaming it on YouTube. So it will be there, and that way you guys can watch it. And I will also put it on the website, so you guys can totally catch it. I saw that down there. Woo, Annie, this lady made my stomach drop. Hearing somebody call your name. That tends to happen a lot when there are shadow people around. To get your attention, depending on what background you come from, you don't answer. Usually you don't answer if you hear somebody call your name, but sometimes it's habit and we just go, what? Especially if somebody else is in the, thank you, love, and hello from Oklahoma to New York City. Sometimes it's hard to not answer. You know what I mean? My owl, oh, my little guy right there. My other one fell over. I had to. There it is. I don't remember where I got them. On the way back from Chicago. That's where I got them. So. All right. Miss Annie. This lady here made my stomach drop. Like right off the bat. I'm not sure what that means yet. So she's definitely a strong woman. She's definitely a strong woman. And a very, very dominant personality. I have a feeling that she put up this big, strong front, but underneath she literally gave everybody around her everything. Like she would give you the shirt off her back. But she really, really put up a strong front. Like when you met this woman, you probably thought she didn't like you because she just was, thank you, Miss Queen Renee. She, you probably thought she didn't like you. So I want to say she's a bit bigger lady, but that's not the right way to describe it. I would say she's normal size now, kind of a little bit bigger chest, not a beanpole, not super thin, but she's not really super overweight either. You would say she was just fluffy. But she always dressed really well. Like she always was very presentable no matter what. And I have a feeling that she liked a specific brand of clothes. It's not even like some super expensive brand. It's just she had a specific brand that she preferred. I almost said that she used to run a business. Because there's a lot of business feel to her. But at the same time, I don't see like offices. I don't see things like that. But she's extremely intelligent. She's extremely intelligent. I'm trying to pull a little more from her, like her hair color and things like that. And she's not very forthcoming with it because she mainly wants, it's almost like you recognize the feel of it, if that makes sense. But with her, she also had a ton of energy and focus. So part of why she rotates around you and why she's popped up is because you're literally trying to tame the wind at this point. There's so much going on around you that you're trying to hold all of it and you can't. And this is kind of for all of you, because I know when you start your path and when you get into points along the way, it's like you want to learn all the things. You want to do all the things. And there's so damn much. It's not even funny. Guys, you can never, ever learn all the things. Trust me, you can't. I've tried. I'm trying still. You can't. You can learn just enough to be dangerous about everything, but you can't learn all the things. So allow yourself to dive down the rabbit hole and allow yourself to go where the universe takes you as far as learning, and learn from me. Use me as your example here. Never say you're never going to do something. Never say that you're never going to do something, because for the longest time I said I'm never going to learn astrology. I don't care. I'm not an astrologist. And here I am. So there you go. Don't say, never say never. But Miss Annie, with her in particular, she's trying to help you focus. So that's why you keep getting drawn back to one specific path of learning. And it's not even one specific thing. It's kind of like one specific path. And I don't know if it's like divination or car. I don't know what it is, but it's like she keeps trying to narrow your focus down. Let her help you. Let her help you. She's super focused. She's super knowledgeable. And she's definitely got the energy to help pass on to you. Pay really, really close attention to dreams that are talking about. I have a feeling that they pop up and they're very weird. And when I say weird, I mean like so far out of the norm that you're like, I don't even know what the fuck that is. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to them. Like, write them down, record, whatever it is you need to do, because she's trying to help you almost in an overwhelming manner. I'm trying to get more about her to tell you, so that way, because I have a feeling you're going to be watching this on YouTube. Yeah, I'm trying to, she just doesn't want to give anything else. She doesn't want to give anything else. But I have a feeling that you knew her. But there are people around you that were much closer to her than you are and were. She just sees a lot of you, a lot of herself in you. You're very much like her in a lot of ways, that when you get focused, like you full on throw yourself completely down into everything. And I have a feeling you overwhelm yourself with it. Some of that is her too, just so you know. But allow the universe, allow her to help shift your focus where you need to go when you're falling down the rabbit hole. Does that make sense? All right. So Miss Nicole Inman. Let me refresh and make sure that I have all of my list there, because sometimes it doesn't refresh right. Oh, see? So I have Nicole Inman and Lena Pilgrim. See, I'm glad I refreshed. Thank you for the gifts, guys. All right, so Miss Nicole Inman, here we go. And then I have Lena. I'm glad I checked. Thank you guys for the gifts and the likes and all of the things. Y'all are awesome. And I hope you've been paying attention to my mods, because they have been telling you guys I have a free class tomorrow. You can register on my website to take it on Zoom. It will be on YouTube as well. Like, I will be streaming it live on YouTube. So, and I will be throwing a ton of information at you. But like I said, it will be on YouTube, so you can always rewatch it. All right. Well, Miss Nicole. Okay. Are you on here, Miss Nicole? If not, then I'm just going to say what I'm seeing, but I have a question. I don't see you. All right. So, Miss Nicole. This lady right here pulls up some very interesting cards. And what my question was is if you've been getting angry out of nowhere lately. She's got a lot of influence on you. You're super open. Super open. I don't think your third eye is completely blown wide open, but it's channeling a lot. You're pulling in a lot. And so this lady is you're very easily influenced by her because she is such a strong personality. But let me say this, because she isn't the greatest personality. She has a lot of pent-up anger. Not only does she have a lot of pent-up anger, but she has a lot of vanity and things like that. And so it wouldn't surprise me if you've had a lot of things that you've suddenly started doing or wanted to start doing, and you're like, in no way is that how I normally act. It's super out of the ordinary for you. And I would bet that some people around you have noticed it and have said, like, why suddenly are you doing this or caring about this or whatever? It's her influence on you. It's her influence on you. Part of it is that you have tapped into something and you have been channeling and opening up your third eye and where you're going and moving forward. The problem is she's shoving you forward too far at once. Like, she shoves you and then stops, and then shoves you and then stops, and then shoves you. And it's like a violent shove. It's not even just like, let's shove you forward. It's a violent shove. And so when it happens, like, you get angry, like you really channel her anger. I mean, I'm glad that she's there to help push you forward, but I think she's going about it in the wrong way. I'm trying to get some information on her like that. She's overwhelming. So she has like amazing blonde hair. She's showing me herself when she was probably about, I would say 21, 22. She has amazing, long, beautiful blonde hair. And her eyes are very light colored. I would say green or blue, like very, very light colored. She also kind of gives me a headache. So when I'm focusing on her and I'm trying to pull her energy in, like, she literally gives me a headache right in the middle. So when I get that right there, that right there is someone that has a very strong personality. They're kind of overbearing, but at the same time, I'm wondering if she didn't have something brain-wise with her, whether it was migraines, whether it was a stroke, whether it's something, because it's right in the middle. It's right in the middle. She is very pretty. She is very, very pretty. She was a very beautiful woman, but she also had that very strong, structured face. You know how some women they have this very soft beauty. Hers was almost sharp in a way. Does that make sense? Like the very high cheekbones, the very straight nose. Like she had the very harsh beauty. That's the only thing I can think of to say. Like Betty Davis. You know what I mean? Like Betty Davis was gorgeous, but she had the very, very structured features. Like she had a slim, very straight nose, and she had the high cheekbones. Like that's how this lady is. Like that's the only way I can describe it. That's the only way I can describe it. But she is very beautiful. And she knew it. And she used it to her advantage. And she expected things from it. Like she's very interesting. So I would say just, especially when you get those times when you get angry for no reason. I mean, you can like take a deep breath and kind of tell her to stop, because some of it she's trying to push you forward and either you're not understanding or something's not moving as fast as she wants. And that's where this anger is coming from. So I'm just letting you know. That's where the anger is coming from. You can tell her to stop it. In fact, I would repeatedly. I'd be like, stop it, stop it, stop it. Because she's using her influence on you to make you do things. Or make you feel things, I guess. Not make you do things, make you feel things. All right, Miss Lena Pilgrim. So I saw people talking about doing spell work and so on. Everybody is different, guys. And some people are going to want to, thank you, Miss Lena. How are you? Some people are going to want to delve into it and learn a lot of structure before they start. And other people are just connected to it and they can just jump in and start doing it. Everybody's soul is different. Everybody's path is different. So if somebody feels the need to start doing spell work or start delving into it, then, I mean, I highly recommend learning a little bit first, at least learning the basics of protection, the basics of making sure that you're covered. But I wouldn't ever tell anybody to not if they felt that they need to do it. You know what I mean? You did wake up in divine timing. But everybody is different. That's why whenever I teach or I talk about stuff, I talk about it in a multifaceted way, because I want you guys to know all of the information around, and I want you to be curious, and I want you to learn, and I want you to take what resonates with you and use it. You know what I mean? All right, Miss Lena. So right off the bat, your lady showed me this cute little, you know, the little old lady haircut that's kind of like the little puff ball of silver hair. It's really cute. And it's always just perfect. And she has glasses, and they're with the sparkly chain. I think they're pointed. I think they're not complete cat eyes, but they kind of come to a little point. They come to a little point. But yeah, she has the chain, the sparkly chain. So I don't know if it's beads or what, but yeah. But her glasses they're so cute. Oh my God, they're so cute. Like this kind of glasses I wear. Like I wear cat eyes. So yeah, I get it. But hers are a little thinner than mine, I guess. Does that make sense? Oh. Did she have like the perfect little puff ball? The perfect little coif? It's so cute. Like she's just that little lady who always she always had her hair did. She always had her hair did. Um, hello in Australia, love. Yeah, she always had her hair done. That was her pride and joy was her hair. So I don't see much more than that. Like she wants to show me that and her glasses. You would sneak them food. So she does want to show me a light pink, like not baby pink, but maybe like a bubblegum pink. And I see lace around it, so I don't know if this is a sweater or a blanket or whatever, but it's I'm thinking it's a sweater because I see the lines in it. You know what I'm talking about, like the 80s sweaters that have the material had like the little, I don't know how to explain it. You could see the material. You could see the lines in the material. Okay. Crochet. That makes sense. Gotcha. I was like, because it's specific, like she's showing me rows in the material. So, okay. All right. So I'm glad that made sense and you knew who that was. Cause I was like, I don't know what I'm seeing, but I'm just going to tell you. So yes. That's awesome. Okay. So whenever she would tell you stories, I'm curious if, thank you for the dancing cactus. I'm curious if they were very uplifting stories, because I have this feeling that you've been kind of down a little bit lately, and in being down, you really kind of had to pull from the bottom of the well with going forward on a daily basis. Like it's having to drag yourself through the day. You have a whole lot of things that are stuck in your head that keep replaying over and over and over. What's funny is when I said that, and I was kind of looking at that and paying attention to the things on replay. Some of these are memories. Some of them are feelings, but it's like they just keep on replaying over and over and over. It's like she handed the blanket. She handed me the blanket or the sweater, whichever one it is. The pink thing. She handed it and put it around you. So, well, thank you, love. I'm glad you appreciate the videos. She's trying to wrap you in these things in like that. Oh, baby. Oh, I'm so sorry. Like that kind of thing. Like, don't think about that anymore. It's almost like hugging you and pat, you know, how the little old ladies, they would pat your back in one place. So you finally were like, okay, stop. Like pat somewhere else. Like that's kind of how I feel. Like she just patting you just in that one place. Like, it's okay. Like, don't think about that anymore. It's so sweet. But she's trying to help you move forward with it, trying to help you ground yourself a little bit. Woo! I knew that was coming. Gotcha. Okay. So a lot of the things that she pulled up here message wise talk about grounding and who you are, and that you've kind of stepped away from your spiritual path a little bit. Not a little bit, a lot bit. So I don't know if you've stopped doing some of the things that connected to you spiritually or what, but there's a lot of you just got so ungrounded, love. Okay. You need to take a step back and just enjoy the blanket. Just enjoy the blanket, because she's trying to wrap this around you in a protective way that's like you protecting you from you. Does that make sense? So enjoy the blanket. I keep coming back to that. Enjoy the blanket. Did she wear, so I didn't smell it, but I hear laughter about it. Did she kind of had the old lady perfume, didn't she? Like the one that she liked was a little strong. Um, enjoy the blanket. Like that's what I keep hearing is enjoy the blanket. Like she's doing all these things to help you relax and help the universe help you relax, I guess. Does that make sense? You really made an impact on her. You really, really made an impact on her because she, gotcha. Okay. You really had an impact on her. I have a feeling that you were one of the few people that visited her, and it made her whole day. Okay. Yeah, it made her whole day to see you. So, because it's like a bittersweet thing, like you meant the world to her, and at the same time it was sad to her. Does that, you know what I mean? That nobody else came to see her. So this one is super, super sweet, super loving. Thank you, Miss Xana Banana. Sorry. She's like that, super, super sweet. Yes, very, very grandmotherly. I mean, really grandmotherly. Like what you would want a grandma to be. Like just so sweet, always wanting to give you something, even if she didn't really have anything to give you. Like, let me give you this. Let me give you this piece of candy. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. You meant the world to her, honey. You meant the world to her. And so she's doing everything she can right now to help guide you through what you're going through. So that blanket is to help you ground yourself. That's what she's trying to do when she does it. I hope that helps. And I'm glad that you've been like right there, answering and paying attention, because I appreciate that, because some of the things I was seeing, I'm like, I don't know why I'm seeing lines of material, but crocheting, that makes sense. That makes perfect sense. It's just, she was showing it to me weird. So yeah, she was showing it to me weird. So I am thinking about doing some mediumship classes to teach how to do it, guys. I just don't have the time to get them set up yet. It will probably be July. I am going to have some shamanic classes and some, not some, a full herbalism program that starts in the middle of June. Well, towards the 21st. So those will be up on my site, but yeah, I'm excited about those. So yeah. Yes. But I would love to do mediumship classes as well, because a lot of people's gifts are suddenly going through the roof and they're having them pop up and they don't know how to deal with them. And I hate that, because I had to deal with mine on my own for a while. So yeah. So before I close out YouTube here, you guys on YouTube, make sure you join me tomorrow for a live class, and it will be at 11 Central. I'll try to get a thing on here so you guys can pop up. But thank you for joining me on YouTube. You guys on TikTok, hang around for just a minute. So let me close that out.